Look left, look right, and I come with a hook right. Hook right, hook right. This what the angles look like. Way up, stood high, taking the view when it look right. And oh, it's the good life, whipping the sauce when I cook like. Look left, look right, yeah, yeah. Come with a hook right. Hook right, hook right, hook right. Make all the man them look twice. I'm way up, stood high, but I've been in the field like Suge Knight. And they know this took time. This what a legacy look like. This what I come with a hook right, and I come with a hook right. Whipping the sauce when I cook like. Look left, look right, yeah, yeah. Come with a hook right. Hook right, hook right, hook right. Make all the man them look twice. I'm way up, stood high, but I've been in the field like Suge Knight. And they know this took time. This what a legacy look like. This what I come with a hook right, and I come with a hook right. And I come with a hook right, and I come with a hook right. And I come with a hook right, and I come with a hook right.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you boys are having a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, boys. Welcome back to another wonderful, beautiful live stream. How you boys all doing today? Welcome back. Hopefully you're having a good one. Let me get the Twitter up and running just to post that we got duels on the way. I like that South Park gif. I think we'll go with that one. And a quick announcement over on the Discord. The stream is live. Okay, now we're set, boys. Now we're good. How you boys all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a wonderful evening. We got more duels on the way for the day. Today we'll be doing duels as it is Saturday over on the region of NA. But if for whatever reason we can't get some NA duels up and running, we could swing over to the EU boys. I see Archeorc over there. I appreciate any of the EU boys out here supporting the NA streams, supporting the NA teams, watching them duel, and giving them a good old round of applause every time something amazing happens. Let's just hop on the live servers. Let's see if we can get one rolling. What's up, Jordan? We got this Celtic D Woods, Kren, the beautiful Argy, David Davis. Hey, what's all doing? Welcome back, everybody, to another wonderful live stream. Dude, we had some really fun PTR duels yesterday. I really want to do more of them. I want to do a lot more EU versus US night. Yo, Benji, when we do more PTR duels, I think we'll come back to PTR when they add the 2 legendaries, double Legos with tier set changes. I think that'll be worth coming back to. We tried some PTR duels yesterday. We were having a hard time getting everybody together, and the groups fell apart really quickly. We'll do more PTR duels. I just don't want to spoil 9-2 just yet, right? I want to try stuff with double Legos once it's there. And I want to make sure to announce it way ahead of time to let everybody know, hey, we're doing PTR duels, here's how you get it, just to make sure everybody is aware so we can get as many people in there as possible. And we'll do like Friday and Saturday, NA and the EU competing against each other using legendaries and tier sets as we're getting closer to the 9-2 release. So, until then, we'll just do some NA duels today, get back to the regional duels, but we'll definitely do more PTR in the future. I will announce next time we do it. Those were a lot of fun. How you doing, by the way, Benji Cosmic? How you doing, my guy? Team, what's up? How you boys all doing? What's up? Just went home to play today. What's up, Jordan? Yo, hopefully you'll get some games in there, my guy. How we doing today? We're doing pretty good, Celtic. What's up, D-Woods? How you boys all doing? Boys, update on the Mage shower real quick, because I know that everybody's doing their Mage shower right now. By the way, hit me up on Discord real quick. I mean, not Discord. In-game, if we have a group right now. Hit me up. Let's see how many groups we have over on the NA as we get in some rolling. PTR или Америка? Сегодня Америка, Архи, мы будем больше PTR дуэлей в следующих неделях. Я напишу на Дискорде, на Дискорд канале, когда будем PTR. Может быть, когда они добавят 2 легендаров, два лего. I don't know how to say legend in Russian, but whenever they add 2 legendaries. Chicago just listed, group analogy, let's go. Chicago's looking for more boys. So we can get some duels up and running today. You guys will find them in Premier Group, Premier Group. Can find Mikey, get 5 to go. Let's go, boys. DJ Sky, how you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Архи, сегодня будет Америка, но если хочешь посидеть в стриме и посмотреть американские дуэли и баловать, как вы, бал? Or cheer. How do I say cheer in Russian? Думаю, это слово бал, но это, думаю, на американское слово cheer, или английское слово cheer. No, cheer the American boys. You're more than welcome to Legendarchy? Really? What? Legend... Is it what the? Legend... Really? I need you to see it written in Russian to see what they got going on. But if you guys want to join Chicago, they're looking for 5 more over in the Alliance. Head over to Player vs. Player Premium Group, Custom PvP, find group top number 5, enter. And you're good to go to find the group for 5 those with Team Chicago. Pin, please? Yes, I can pin. Yeah, might be. Is it really that in Russian? So they gotta... Архи, как по-русски говорят слово для... Как его? Лего. Легендарное... Как его? Оборужение. Или армори. Legendarchy. Legendarchy. Is Legendarchy? Legendarchy. Really? You want to try that? Legendarchy. Really? Legendarhi? Okay, so there's a couple different ways to say it. I didn't even know. Because in NA, in English, it's just legendaries, but in Russian, legendarnaya. Okay. So it's very, very similar words, but the endings are a little bit different. I guess it depends like who you ask, who you talk to. Because there's no real word like a legendary item in Russian, I guess. Bing bong. What's up, Revenge? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Haven't seen you in a while. What up? What's up, my guy? Are you gonna be joining some PTR duels sometime in the future? His joke, did he put the name in legend? He put his name in legend, did he? Legend Arhi. Yeah. Oh, Legend Arhi. Okay, I see what you mean. I didn't even realize. I had no idea. I didn't notice, honestly. I have a joke for you though. What's up, Lofty? Hit me with it. Hit me with that joke, dude. Hit me with that good old yoke. So we got Mikey on the Horde, I believe, ready to go. Chicago needs a couple more NA boys. If you guys want to join in, looking for more NA boys. Let me know, Chicago, how many you got, how many you need. And feel free to advertise in the chat. I'm way too bad to join duels. On PTR, we have PvP gear. You could literally buy a full set of PvP gear and test all the trinkets and all the tier sets. So you could test all of it. I'm just casual right now. I think if you, as a casual, if you play BM and duels, I think you'll do just fine. Just saying. Honestly, I think it'll be fun. Just testing out tier sets, seeing what works. I think you might like it. And plus, that'll be a perfect time to, like, you'll have equivalent gear to everybody else. So, like, survivability shouldn't be that much of an issue. Unless you're going up against Arms Warrior, like the video goes out this morning. Or this evening. We got an Arms Warrior duel. One of you guys just slamming it. Dal, I'm leveling my OG dude from Legion. Let's go, Briar. You're leveling for the Mage Tower? I think you could do the Mage Tower at like level 50 starting up, right? Hey, Dal, how's it going today, mate? What's up? Ivila? Hold on. Ivila Koshnicharov. Ivalia Koshnicharov. Is that right? Is that the right way to say it? Yo, tell me if I messed it up, dude. My Russian's been a little bit crooked, a little bit stale as of recently. But hopefully I get your name close enough. Yours is good, mate. I'm struggling some way, so I don't practice. I don't practice ever. The only time I even get to practice with you guys and when my mama talks in English or talks in Russian to me, and I try to speak Russian back to her or talk to the family back in Russia. I don't get any practice whatsoever. Ooh, dudes, I'm terrible at PvP too. Yo, Hannah, you're more than welcome to join in. Are you joining? You have a bear form. Yo, dude, you already got your bear. Wait, you got your bear form in the tower? You mean you already did it? Dude, I got my bear form last night. Crap was there. I changed up my strategy. I went Heart of the Wild. Honestly, I got some cheesy trinkets and stuff with bear form. I think the tincture was the only one that I really felt a difference with. The rest of my gear, if I just changed up strategy earlier, I think that challenge would have been done easier. I honestly think, like, the more I'm doing these challenges, it doesn't matter how much gear I'm putting on my characters. If I'm playing the wrong strategy, I will not be able to overcome the challenge. But as soon as I figure out the strategy, that seems to be the easiest way to solve the actual challenge. Like the Shadow Priest, I remember going getting pieces to make it easier, but it wasn't any easier. I was still dying. And as soon as I changed my strategy, it became cakewalk. Literally cakewalk. Oh, Devin, bro, what's up? Brandon, how you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one, my man. Said it better than last time. I'm Bulgaria too, BG. Let's go, boys. Where's Bulgaria to Russia? That's Slavic, right? You're my Slavic homie, dude. All the Slavs know one another. HW made it stupid easy. Yeah, same. I got a trinket off of Chromatic and Nathendra. That's a good one. Nathendra trinket apparently is really, really good. I don't have that one. But I'm picking up the Ghost Iron Dragon Link, which did a bit of damage. More damage than some of the Shadowlands trinkets do. Like 3% of my damage, which is pretty good. Again, compared to the Shadowlands ones. And I picked up Tincture. Yeah, Tincture was really, really good. That's awesome. Yeah. Heart of the Wild. Yeah, you burn through the first boss, you have less Infernals. Or even if you use Heart of the Wild on the second boss to burn him at the very beginning and just kind of blast him, you could do that too. But I burned the first boss as fast as I could, and then I just kind of ran around circles, and I didn't do anything except for a couple Iron Furs on the first Annihilate, second I Barkskin, then I walled it, and then I walled the last one with Barkskin together. I think I got a fourth, but by then the guy was super low, and I used the Orbeez to like disorient him and CC him. We got 4 out of 5 for Chicago. We just did a +1, boys, and we good for some 5-5 1v1 duels on the day today, boys. I'm dating a girl from Ukraine, so I'm trying to learn her language. Mr. Fox, how you doing, my guy? Hey, Ukrainian is an interesting language. As somebody who speaks, Chicago got a 5. As someone who speaks Russian, and this is no disrespect to Ukrainians, because Ukrainians have some of the amazing food. Never mind. It's okay, Chicago. I can get you guys up and running as soon as you get one. Someone left, it's all good. Maybe they'll swap into an alt or something. All good, no worries. But as someone who speaks Russian, when I heard Ukrainian for the first time, it sounded like illiterate Russian. I'm pretty sure Russian sounds the same to Ukrainians. Like when somebody speaks Ukrainian all their life and they hear Russian, they're like, that sounds like an illiterate Ukrainian. It's like some of the words sound weird, almost like it's a baby language in a way. Don't mean any disrespect. It's just it sounds weird. It's almost like some of the words are similar, but then the way they phrase it and the way they speak, it's almost like it sounds like a drunk version of your language, but somebody who's like absolutely just pissed drunk. It's crazy. You're an amazing show, man. What's up, Philip? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one, man. Actually, the video you slaughter my name. You're playing Feral inspired me on leveled 1 and so much fun and shit. I'm sorry about you that I slaughtered your name. I'm so sorry. I don't try to slaughter you guys' names. I try my hardest. I'm not great with names. I always tell everybody I can't read and I'm not great with names. Oh, I shot the Vengeance one. Really? Hate how easy it was compared to Bear. I gotta give that one a go. Whole time watching him do the Bear challenge, it was a close one. It was pretty clutch. Mage Shower said beat the demo, but that's Brandon. Was it easy as Demonology? Because I want to do one on Warlock, but I've heard Destro is pretty hard, and Heart Affliction is like overtuned. But maybe if I use the Shadow Priesty, like cheese strats with dots, I could probably beat that one as well. Ripple, I can't find a group. Maybe join the next one. Yo, Chicago's looking for +1 over in Alliance Boys. We got Mikey with a Horde group, and we got Chicago with the Alliance groups over in NA. If you guys want to join either or. Yeah, sorry for slaughtering your name, but I'm glad you like it so feral. Yes, Bavaria is a Slayer country. Isn't a PS Hero Bulgarian? I'm wrong on that one. Are they going to remove target? Yeah, from Frost Scythe. So Frost Scythe no longer has a target cap. So it has 5 targets max hits, but it will cleave targets outside of the 5. So it no longer has a hard cap, has a soft cap. So Frost Scythe already can hit multiple enemies, which I think will become a lot stronger going into the next patch with the tier set bonus and how you want to get Frost Scythe procs. You'll probably just sowing the seeds. You'll be like a farmer, just you know, reaping the or using the sites to clear the fields of literally ads in the Mythic Pluses. What's up, Capitana? If you want to laugh about any film, you turn it into a film in Ukraine and just laugh so much. Ukrainian sounds funny to Russian. It does, but I'm pretty sure like to a Ukrainian, Russian sounds funny. I don't know what it is, dude, but that's like the best way I can describe it. Like, I know it's a real language. I know it's like its own thing, grammar, but like some of the words they have, like to a Russian, as the best example that I can give you is, so in Russian, like the word for cat is kot, or if it's a tiny kitty, like a little kitten, it's like kiska or kisa. But in Ukrainian, apparently for kittens or cats is kishinyata, and kishinyata to me as a Russian sounds like kishki, which kishki means guts, like insides. So to me, it's like there's some words that just sound so similar that it's the first thing that jumps out of my head. But I know it's like its own language, but like the words just like to think of like a kitty, a cute little kitty cat, and like guts, like human guts, like in a horror movie. You know what I mean? Like it creates like a weird dichotomy, I guess. Is that even a good word to use there? Yeah. Kishinev sounds Moldova capital Rofel Kishinev. Yeah. Like they're just words that sound similar, and some words sound, I guess, kind of weird. Gal Kittens is Kotyata. Is it Kotyata? Okay, well so the way I got the Kishinyata from was like a commercial about like cat food. So maybe Kishinyata is like a name for the cat food. But I swear to God, there was like commercials I played in our hotel when we visited Ukraine to stay there. Great vacation place, by the way. Awesome vacation place. Really nice people over there. Some of the sweetest watermelons I've ever had in my life. Absolutely fantastic. We stayed there for a vacation one time, and they kept the commercials. The commercials that ran on our hotel would repeat themselves a lot. So there was one with the cat food that repeated like 875 times a day on TV, and then we'd say Kishinyata over and over and over. And all of us, I guess, thought that maybe Kishinyata is like the brand of cat food. We always thought it was like cat. We thought it was a word for cat. So maybe I'm wrong. So maybe I'm completely wrong on that one. But yeah, association developed immediately. Now, Alpha is the second easiest. Dash is apparently the easiest, really. Am I understanding? Apparently, Demo is the hardest. That's awesome that you got it then. Demo requires a shitload of attention while tasking. It's actually stressful. I gotta give it a go, Brandon. I gotta give it a try just for the sake of challenge. I've been enjoying the challenges. I know that people have online said, hey, can you nerf some of these Mage Shower challenges? Me personally, I've been enjoying the challenge of these Mage Showers. I've been enjoying trying to figure out how to play the classes properly and how to solve the puzzles that is the challenge for every single class. And really, I noticed it comes down to the strategy, and where I really start getting good at the challenge is when I figure out the strategy of how to do the challenge properly. Until then, I'm just struggle bussing. Right? The Guardian Druid was difficult until I figured out a strategy. Shadow Priest was almost impossible until I figured out the strategy. And usually like someone else figures out a strategy in YouTube video and you can just see what builds to go for. So like Wowhead, I used to follow the Wowhead guides for everything. Wowhead guides are pretty good to start with, right? The people that do there, they end up doing the challenges with the challenge that they build, but there is an easier method to all of them. There is an easier method every single time. Evalia, my guy, my man, thank you for becoming a member, my dude. Can we get a hashtag Evalia? Evailo. I gotta, I kept calling you Evalio, but it's Evailo, because Evalio sounds better in Russian to me, or at least more natural, but Evailo. Kosh Ni Charov, my man, thank you so much, my guy. Can we get a hashtag Evailo? Again, like the Russian in me just wants to change the words to what sounds more natural, but it's Evailo. My babe. Can we get a hashtag Evailo in chat? I'll get it. I swear to God, I'm bad with names, but I don't want to be bad with names. Koshinyata is Koshinyata. Oh, Koshinyata. Okay. So there's the word Koshinyata. I thought it was Kishinyata for some reason. Understand what you're saying, the same in English, it's old English. Yeah, English and old English, or like accents, right? It's the same thing like if you live in New York and you got a New Yorker's Jersey accent and you come down to Texas and they got a southern tang to it, you know what I mean? I feel like it's the same way, right? Americans just in different parts of America are gonna look at others and be like, yo, you sound like a hick, you sound like a hillbilly. Right? And the other sounds like your stereotypical Geppetto. Hey, what's the big idea? Hey, you know what I mean? Like it happens everywhere, dude. It's everywhere like that. Mage Shower shouldn't be nerfed too bad. It shouldn't be just fully templated instead of having overall gear tips. That's an interesting way of putting it, drop buddies. That's an interesting way of putting it. So I think right now they're going back and nerfing some of the stronger items that you can get from the Mage Shower, because a lot of the broken items have been nerfed to the ground. But so all you could really do is do some maybe time walking itemization. I actually don't mind the fact that like running through Siege of Orgrimmar, I can gear out a character for the Mage Shower, like getting a couple of sockets to help out. But I noticed that the gear, even if you go like gearing, like brute force in the challenges with better gear doesn't make a difference that much. At least it hasn't to me. I have not so far been able to brute force any challenge with just farming gear from older content. We got a 5, man. We got 5, boys. We're going, switching gears, getting some duels. But totally understand the idea behind the drop bodies. I am not against the idea of stats either. I'm actually not against it. Like if Blizzard's like, okay, this is the amount of stats you need, go. And it's all about the challenge. That would give people even less of a reason to like feel like they need to go back and do some of the other stuff. Although I do like itemization in World of Warcraft. I really do like itemization in WoW. I like being able to go to older content or newer content and get the gear I need in order to compete and do better. Even though I feel like it's not necessary right now. At least from my experience, I just haven't felt like it's been necessary. But then again, I'm going to have a whole video talking about my experience, listing all the useful items. I'll have a whole video because I'm doing a lot of that. The challenges and collecting like information to help people out as best I can. You know, Twitch. Got ourselves Team 1 and Team 2 over for the NA with Team 2 having themselves a Bellator. Hey, what are you, orc? For some reason I thought it was a dwarf, but it is an orc. Bellator as a Fury Warrior. We got Reverence rocking the new Mog as a Demonology. We got Sailor also rocking their Mog. Which is the easiest challenge for mages? Is it fire to get the Mogs? Screamo back here as well as Wolfie. Ready to go with the full birds. We got ourselves Brandran as a Unholy DK? Yo, actually with the pajamas, the goggles, and the helm, and the weapon, that looks good. Lolly Cat Girls is going to be the first competitor over on Team 1. Absolutely just blasted out Bellator. Both of them activating defensive. Lolly Cat Girls is actually so much trouble. It looks like Bellator was not into that. He was like, get that out of there. Lollies and Cat Girls, get it out of here. With Chicago going to be up next. Bellator did not even give him a chance. Going for food immediately. I like this shoulder thing he's got going on the chest shoulder. He almost looks like a figurine, like a model, and he just hasn't been fully painted yet. It's like a 40k model that isn't finished painting fully. Chicago's gonna be up next as then he hits the shaman, dropping down the Kyrian totem. Gonna be a stun to Bellator, trick inside of it immediately with a disarm to Chicago. And it's gonna have to go for a little bit of recovery, a little bit of survivability. Is he playing impending victory? He might just be. I did not see double charge or Stormbolt out of him. But the first warrior that competed in the duel versus Bellator, he took him out pretty quickly. Zap's coming up for Chicago as they're trying to max out the Maelstrom they get. Bellator looking to get out of there with the soul shape. Is gonna have to charge back in towards Chicago at some point to catch up on healing. Waiting out until he gets enough range. Big charge on Chicago. Should be able to pick up a big Bloodthirst. Gonna be a Blade Storm. Not playing the Tormented King's Ledger by the looks of it, so I wonder what Lego he is playing. Is going to catch up on a bit of healing. I believe this man's might be playing Impending Victory, which is a huge heal for the Warrior Toolkit at this moment. Chicago using wall right now, really early. Sunder into a Kyrian burst on the Bellator, who's got himself in a regeneration, looking for a massive heals from Chicago. Is going to activate some big burst up and running. Needs himself a little bit more healing. Got himself massive damage. Going to be Ascendance for Chicago. No disarm by the Warrior just yet. Chicago and Bellator both low. Going to be Chicago with the AoE stun as they get low. Bellator continues to heal himself. Huge knockdown on Chicago. Wind Strike's coming through for Chicago, trying to max out the range. The Warrior binge just charging back in there, trying not to give Chicago that extra range on the Ascendance. He's going to switch attention towards the Earth Elemental, obliterate the Earth Elemental, carving it to pieces with a reflect. So Chicago is going to reflect the Frost Shock back towards themselves. Bellator needs a little bit of healing. This man's just trying to buy himself a little bit of time behind that side until he can get himself a little bit more healing. Big heal into a massive leap, trying to bail out of there immediately. Chicago continuing to hit him with Frost Shocks to keep Bellator slow. Going to be a charge by the Warrior into a quick pickup, into a Blade Storm. Out of that Sunder, the Kyrian Totem's nearby. Chicago's super low in health. It's gonna trick it out of it. Massive damage turning around onto the Warrior though. Did the Warrior's Battle Master trick it fall off just now? I think it might have. Chicago just all of a sudden just turned on the Warrior, but I think that was a Battle Master trick that fell off. And Chicago's now on the chase away from Wolfie. It's going to meet him in face-to-face for just a second. Chicago also is getting used up right now. Going to be also as well for Wolfie. Wolfie with that Ascendance. Chicago caught up a little bit of health. Wolfie looking to max out damage, but he's going to get slowed down. Chicago got the perfect slow, trying to wait out from the Ascendance, trying not to deal with it at all. Wolfie using the Ghost Raptors next to him in order to hit him with a Chain Harvest to also heal himself up as well. Chicago was able to outlive the Ascendance of Wolfie, but looks like the procs of Wolfie are continuing to ramp up. Chicago trying to land a stun. Actually, it was Wolfie's stun totem instead. Sunder with a stun totem by Chicago. Is that going to be tricking for Wolfie? Could potentially use it. That is the Kyrian totem down for Chicago. Is able to get a little bit of healing whenever they use heals next to the totem. Wolfie with that Earth Elemental. Chicago is out of mana completely. Sundered by Wolfie. But it looks like both of them are kind of at a bit of a standstill. Chicago is using whatever little bits of mana left in order to try to heal themselves. Braun joining the fight to give Chicago a little bit of healing and some knockdowns and some small semblance of damage towards Wolfie. As Wolfie's going to reapply the Earth Shield to hopefully keep himself alive and healthy. Earth Elemental still joining the fight, still in play. And so is Braun. Chicago is trying to max out the damage here. Gonna be a little bit of mana caught up by Chicago, but not enough to just keep it trucking. Trying to just wait it out in Ghost Wolf form, or Ghost Raptor form rather. Sunder onto Wolfie, maybe he can just turn around. No mana available to self-heal, but maybe he can still max out damage. Gonna be Sunder by Wolfie as Chicago repositions the Kyrian Totem to make sure that the healing and the damage of the Kyrian Totem continues to get value. Gonna be a massive ascension for Chicago. Wolfie landing a stun onto Chicago though. Wolfie can turn this round stun onto Chicago onto Wolfie as Chicago drops low thanks to the Kyrian Soulbite of Mechanicos. Ghost Wolves are up for Wolfie. Chicago has Wolves of their own very soon, out of mana completely, but is able to maintain themselves. Both of the Shamans are a bit of a standstill, but the Wolfie's health is kind of low. Has plenty of mana to catch back up though, so I think he's okay. Chicago mana situation is a really bad one right now though, using whatever bits of mana as soon as it's up just to get a healing surge. Wolfie has wall in order to tank up this damage. Chicago has a wall in case they're in trouble. Gonna be a stun totem by somebody. Looks like it's Chicago's stun totem. But it looks like Chicago delayed a little bit of damage, trying to get the Kyrian burst to line up onto Wolfie. Moving the totem, massive burst out of nowhere. Wolfie is in big trouble. Doesn't have enough healing to deal with this. Normal wall available. Chicago might be able to slam him down right now. Just needs a couple more globals. Wolfie catching up on whatever smallest amounts of healing that's available. Trying to turn whatever damage they can onto Chicago. It looks like Wolfie completely out of mana. Got themselves a haze buff, stun onto Chicago trinkets out of it in order to keep the pressure rolling. Chicago with no mana, but has wall as a defensive in case things really go bad. It's going to summon a Kieran Stewart halfway through this. And Wolfie, still low on health, struggling to catch back up. Sundered by Chicago, dropping him super, super low. One more proc by Chicago could end it. Ascendance for Wolfie, but ends up stunning himself Trinket. And it's going to be Wolfie Chicago trying to take up the damage from the Ascendance. Wolfie continues to pile drive the damage as Massive Chain Harvest lets him recover a ton. Chicago might be in big trouble. Dropping down the Kieran Totem, trying to heal with it as much as they can. Out of mana completely. Unless they go for CC onto Wolfie, it's going to be done for Wolfie. Catching back up and doing complete recovery, complete 180. As soon as the Chain Harvest was back up off cooldown, literally reversing and massive damage blasted at Chicago while healing up to full. But Wolfie is completely out of cooldowns and out of survivability. Had wall for Sensei, but that's BDB burst versus a monk. There's no way you're going to be able to survive big BDB. Alexa Screamer is going to be up next, shouting out to the heavens, dropping a full flash count and giving the opportunity for Sensei to get himself a proper reset. And Sensei let him get a proper reset. We're going to switch mix for a bit here. Screamer dropping down banner. Should be immune to CC. Trying to jump back up to Sensei. Does he have any way to catch up? Warbreaker, but nowhere near the monk. Fist of Fury meeting the warrior into a parry. Blazer about a Screamer. So he ignores all CC. And Sensei taking big chunky hits out of himself. In cap onto Screamer. Looks like there's a bit of lag for the warrior. That's going to be Flash Gun still holding on strong. Parry up for Screamer. As Sensei trying to make some damage happen. Interrupt onto Sensei. Could be in big trouble. Flash Gun should keep him alive though. That Flash Gun creating that absorbent effect where it absorbs the damage afterwards, and it's also 20% DR while you channel it. Screamo getting absolutely just pinned down in those Fist of Furies, trying to max out damage versus Sensei. Rallying Cry was not used at the end, at least by the looks of it, and Sensei was able to get a touch of death at the very, very end versus him. Sensei looking to continue the duels here as the Mage charging in with a poly. Sensei trying to see if we might be able to walk up and interrupt it. Going to be a G-Pie getting set up by Sailor. Sailor? I guess we call you Sailor. Freeze onto Sensei with a G-Pie hitting him in the back with full combustion up and running. Sensei does have a karma if he needs to. Mage jumps down after the monk, but the monk has support available. In cap, a Sailor trying to catch back up. And then in cap is going to CC him for a moment. Sensei with a double roll to get out of there to another zip code of the arena altogether. Shifting of power for Sailor in order to catch up on a little bit of those cooldowns. The Mage had to use cooldowns there just to force something out. Sensei did not force a trinket. The diffuse magic was used. Still was holding on to karma, but Sailor only had to use combustion, so that's a pretty big trade. And then Sensei had to use a defensive for a 2-minute CD, which Sailor, I mean, combustion is not a 2-minute CD. It's like a 1.5-minute CD at its best. Also with all the cooldown reductions Sailor's running. Shackles Malediction. Sensei in caps to break the shackles. BDB burst on the Sailor is going to activate Trinket as well as Alter Time. Unless Sailor just dies right here, he is going to activate Alter Time right before his health hits critically low. Trying to see if he can hit Invis. Wasn't able to. Dropping down images to reduce some of the damage he's taken while the karma is on him. Sensei activated that massive karma. Thought that maybe he could turn around damage and maybe counter pressure onto the Mage. But he's looking for a bit of a reset. So is the Mage. He's just sitting down, eating the mana buds, missing the Dragon's Breath, which is going to set him behind a little. In cap by the monk before the polymorph comes out. So trying to land a poly, missed that. The spearhand strike. It looks like Sensei is going to trick it in order to try to max out damage while the one is up. Sailor's just going to re-poly him again. And Sailor's just looking for a reset. Got himself combustion back up and ready to go. Good ice block if he needs it. Picking up the eye by accident for 5% more damage. Trying to combustion through this. Has cauterize if he needs to. Looks like it is going to be not. It is going to be cauterize and ice block. It is going to be both of them. Very unfortunate for Sailors that both of those abilities got used. Both defenses at once. But you have to make a choice. It's better than not pressing ice block and dying. It's better than just dying and losing the fight indefinitely. Leg sweep. Sailors has no way out of it right now. Fist of Fury, big BDB. Sailor's in trouble. Trying to get himself a shield, but the seed pot is the only thing he has left in order to keep him running. Reverence gonna be up next versus Sensei. Sending out the demons. Trying to get some shadow bolts to at least build up a bit of resources. Sensei's looking for a hell of a fight. We got Reverence and Speed. Wait, Speed is gone? Did Speed leave? Do we have a guy on Team 2 named Speed there? Wait, did both Teams 1 and Team 2 had people leave? Might have happened. I'm not sure, actually. Hard to tell. Potentially. Either way, we might have to reform some groups after this. Going to be Fear onto Sensei as he uses Karma really early. Tyrant is up for reverence as they got themselves the Fool. Oh no, the Obelisk, but has to walk away with all his pets away from the Wild Wolves as the leave it, the green Fell Flame onto the feed also leaves itself. Sensei creating as much line of sight as he can against all those demons. He's just line of sighting everything, using mobility as his biggest defensive ever. Reverence finally gets some line of sight of Sensei, trying to make some damage happen. Sensei is going to port out of it immediately. I believe he's the human racial to break out of that stun. In cap it to Reverence for a moment. Leg sweep, Reverence trickles out of it with a BDB, as the BDB did come out. Trying to drop in Demon Bolts onto Sensei. That's going to be Diffuse Magic. Maybe a port for Reverence. Trying to go for Spinning Crane King. Still BDB. Doing damage to Reverence. Trying not to get interrupted on Shadow. Is going to throw out more Demon Bolts. The pet is finally nearby you, so maybe could use a stun. Trying to still land the Fear onto Sensei. Trying to relieve some pressure on himself, while as well as the Fear is getting used in order to finally get himself some movement, trying to drain life off of Zuen to catch up on whatever heal he can, trying to also catch a Fear on Sensei before he catches line of sight, but that's going to be again back to drain life and out of Zuen. We're 11 minutes of the duel, 39% dampener, and Reverence is out of juice, completely out of cooldowns, offensively and defensively. Is trying to see if he can catch back up with Fleshcraft. Sensei looking to see if he might be able to interrupt it. There's going to be more to call out of Reverence with the Fear because he's able to control Sensei to some extent. Demon Bolts up and running with Demon Dog is stun to follow. Demon Bolts actually doing so much damage. Crack into Sensei defenses. That's it, one with Demon Bolt. Gonna be the Karma. Reverence jumping down. Sensei Karma in the pet instead of the Warlock though. So the pet is going to take a bit of the Karma damage. Sensei had to burn that defensive really early. That Karma burn might put him behind. BDB onto Reverence, leg sweep, no way out of it. Can the pet stun it? If the pet can interrupt the CC, he might be okay. Going for the board at the last second, escaping the BDB burst. Gonna be Ring of Peace to try to disrupt him. It looks like Sensei just continuing to rush at him. The eyeball spawn for the hand of Gul'dan, but that's gonna be an interrupt on Demon Bolts. Reverence so low in health. Sensei does end up catching out and killing the Warlock at the very end. Sensei, dude, and Reverence had a really close match, a really clutch battle there at the end. DK just the seed after being still a bit. Okay, cool. Yeah, if you guys are in the duel, make sure you're moving a little bit here and there, because you're completely AFK, you will end up getting DC'd from AFK. And let's get another one up and running. That was a good one. I feel like we got to match up Sensei and the Warlock against each other once again. I think they had such a close duel, dude. He had the eyes of Gul'dan spawn in with the eye beam. If only just lived a little bit longer, he would have been fine. Chicago and Mikey both ready? Let's get him up and running for another duel, boys. But Slav languages had two Bulgarian brothers that made the Cyrillic and spread it from their alphabet and made different Slav languages. Is that how the Slavic languages... Is that the original Slavs? Bulgarian brothers went out into the world and created languages? That's kind of dope. I actually had no idea the history about Slavic languages and how those were made. Learn something new every day. What's up, Sergey Patichenko? How you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. Maxime, Russia is only a fading shadow of such Slavic languages as Ukrainian, Polish, Belarus, and Serbian. You think so? It's a fading shadow of such real Slavics? Well, I won't disagree with you on that one. A lot of the Russian languages now are using a lot of the English words to replace Russian, which I don't think is that bad, but it's basically like you take the English word, just put it in Cyrillic letters, which I don't think is a bad thing at all. But I also, I'm not a history major. I'm not going to dispute it or disagree. So now what specs you finish Mage Tower? All things like a Rogue, Fury Warrior, Shadow Priest, Guardian Druid. I want to do Mysterio Monk and BM Hunter. And I think that's it, right? I want to do I want to do Death Knight. I want to do Frost. I think Frost will be really fun. Alright, boys. Switch. Let's get ourselves up and running with Bran over on Team 1. Lolly Catgirl is hanging on the back as an Arms Warrior this time. Sensei, Speed, the Rogue, as well as Chicago with the Green Mountain Dew set. Chicago, which one did you do this for the Green Mountain Dew set? Did you do the enhancement? Bellator are going to be first up over on the Team 2. Like it was last time, trying to max out the big damage. Brand as an unholy, get hit with the Disarm trick inside of his silence and the stun onto Bellator. He's going to activate all the defenses with offenses. Reckless as well as the Rage and Regeneration are both up. He's going to leap away from all those ghosts. The ghosts continue to chase after him though. Some of those ghosts did actually do the big leap chase after Bellator. Might still be in trouble. There is still an army of the undead chasing after him, trying to see if he can catch some healing as he's looking to execute the ghouls. It looks like Brand is going to end up destroying his own ghoul to sacrifice it for health, and it's going to summon a new one. Bellator landing that charge. Maybe he can get himself a Bloodthirst, maybe Impending Victory. That is still what he is playing. Looks like he is playing the Impending Victory. I think I made it so Impending Victory is like 40% of your health recovered. unless there's any kind of MS effects. Brand going for an IBF to get immune. The knockdown. Well, it looks like immune knockdown from the Night Fae. It looks like one walks away. Bellator wants to stay in the Night Fae, wants to get some freebie damage on the Brand, but Brand just walked out of it completely. He's going to resummon a whole new ghoul. He's going to need one. Going to be a stun onto the warrior. Trinkets out of him immediately. Going to be Bellator catching up on healing. AMS out of Brand for some of the nature damage coming out from the Fury Warrior. Disarm onto the DK, but looks like Bellator is also a little behind. Looks like the ghoul, the monstrosity, is doing some damage. Execute range for Brand. Trying to see if he can survive this as best as possible. Trying to heal himself as much as he can. Oh, Bellator landing those back-to-back consecutive exits, just continue to crush the Death Knight under the weight of his swords over and over and over, continuing to slam him out. The Death Knight did what they could and played really well. Speed is up next, taking out Bellator, assassinate him out of the game. Wolfie not letting the rogue leave by interrupting him on that Ventier port ability. Looks like the rogue choosing to burn blind pretty early. The Earth Elemental joins the fight, should be able to keep Speed. Oh, couldn't quite catch him. Speed looks like he is too quick. Literally living to the name Speed. He bailed out of there. Literally max range away from Earth Elemental, who has a bit of mobility. I think has a bit of movement speed. Normally they're able to keep up rogues in combat. That's about as best as Earth Elementals can do. And provide just a stamina buff. But outside of that, not really much they can do. I wish they did a bit more damage. But then again, I think that would make them a little busted. Maybe it's good that they're defensive, right? It's kind of like the images. Maybe it's good that it's a defensive rather than anything. It's only defensive with a conduit. Utility with the taunt in PvE. Semantics. Stun, unable to land a stun totem onto Speed. Wolfie having to go for a Sunder to try to catch up on a bit of healing while the Earth Elemental is still present. Speed, Massive Chain Harvest might be in trouble. Went for a disarm onto Wolfie. Might have been a perfect time to disarm. Goes for the Shadow Meld into reset. Is there a Flame Shock still rolling on the Rogue? Looks like there isn't, so for Wolfie, might not be a bad idea to keep a Flame Shock on the Rogue, especially if he's going to try to see if he can escape out of there. Gonna be a... what is it? A disorient onto Wolfie for a moment. Wolfie, Chain Harvest no longer available. Evasion and Shadow Blades up for Rogue. Wolfie seeing Shadow Blades, chooses to trinket out of it. The Rogue isn't really going anywhere. Dodging the Sunder completely. I didn't know you could dodge Sunder. I would imagine Earth under you like crackling. I would imagine that would splitting. Like, how do you dodge that earthquake? But apparently this man can. Speed tried to keep Wolfie in Smoke Bomb, looking for the door shutters to get away. Getting interrupted on and vanish up as he gets kind of low. I don't know if Wolfie has a Flame Shock on this Rogue. I guess we'll find out if the Rogue gets out of stealth. It looks like no Flame Shock still. No Flame Shocks whatsoever. I think Wolfie is choosing to go for Frost Shocks for the slow instead, which isn't a bad idea. Like, if the Rogue can't run away from you, and you can just melee him down fast enough, you'll be okay. But Speed so far hasn't been able to escape death more than once. Gonna be that flagellation burst on the Wolfie. No way for Wolfie to get out of there. And Speed taking him out. He took him out in literally a blink. With Screamer going to be up next, having to face versus the Rogue. Got him some full flashcraft available, trying to see if he might be able to walk up on top of the Rogue. And he's going to go into a defensive stance. So now we know Screamer is not playing second wind playstyle, which some Necrolord warriors like to play, which is a very, very good build for 1v1s, especially if you can keep the enemy at bay. And especially if the target likes to go for resets. Leap and a charge. Screamer chooses to get out of the blind, trying to get Speed out in combat. Gonna be that kidney shot of Speed, looking to crack through the defenses of the warrior. It looks like Flashcraft falls apart as Speed successfully dispatches right through it, slices and dices through the protective barrier that's created by the warrior. Quick Fear onto the Rogue before he escapes. The Screamer loses his weapons. Pick his weapons back up. Quick Blade Storm sees immune to CC. Speed might be in trouble. No ways out of reset. Does he go for Shadow Step? Goes for that epic juke. He actually did it. Screamer, does he have a leap? He does not. Speed might have actually been able to escape out of there. Oh my goodness. This is where it was a mind games. Like, is he going to be able to do this? Is he not going to be able to do it? Sap into the warrior. Could Zerker Rage out of it? Does Speed have any bleeds on himself? He still has bleeds. Screamer trying to see if he can bust out of the sap real quickly. No weapon throw, nothing. Speed escapes. This is to have a DOS on him. Is going to interrupt the Flesh God, but puts himself in danger. Evasion is up, and even though he is able to evade through most abilities, he is still critical low. Couple overpowers could still do him in. Trying to go for a big flagellation burst into Screamer. Screamer could go for a parry. Charges towards the Rogue. As Speed pops popcorn out and trying to see if he can bail out of there. Got himself a Shadow Meld, but I think he still has bleeds. This man's still straight up eating popcorn, dude. He's just catching up, getting himself a snack. Or the Screamer isn't big enough a snack for him just yet. But Speed so far is just playing so scarily. He's just putting himself out in the open like that. Evasion, but he's using his cooldowns very effectively. This is really good. Like, this is fun to watch when rogues are just played so risky. That's probably the best gameplay we've seen from rogues is when they play so risky. I mean, resets for sure. You know, there's plenty of those. But the guy just goes out. He's like, you know what? I could die here, but I guess I'll just evasion. Hope for the best. Screamer popping down into a battle stance, trying to max out the damage. Speed has advantage if he needs it. Going to be advantage as he sees the banner come out by Screamer. Screamer trying to see if he can howl the rogue out of terror. But the rogue isn't terrified, just bleeding a little bit. Going to be a lead by the warrior, trying to see if he can catch up to the rogue. Blaze jumps immune to CC. Speed tries to walk in the other direction, does still have a bleed. It looks like he was able to wait him all out. Screamer looking to pick up the eyes. The rogue shadow steps to him and shadow strikes. Going to be flagellation with the kidney shot. Screamer triggers out of it immediately. Speed is going to go for the blind. Flagellation is still rolling on to Screamer. Looks like Speed. He's just going to bail out of there in case anything comes out of the warrior. Dropping down smoke bomb. Not really sure if he needed to. Charged by the warrior. Wait, Stormbolt on the rogue. Trinkets out of it. Still got flagellation for a little bit longer. Screamer with a fear. Screamer has Warbreaker and everything. Is Screamer going to charge back in? Going to be a cheap shot from the rogue, trying to see if he can end the duel right then and there. Screamer, only thing he has is damage, so maybe he could just max out even more damn. Got himself the rage in order to go for a ignore pain to at least offset a bit of that dot damage he's taking if there's any kind of rupture into that shield. Speed looking to catch back up to him, looking to sprint over before Screamer can pick up any food. Flash cut out for the warrior, getting interrupted. Stormbolt on the speed. Does Screamer just go for the most amount of damage, sitting in defense stance, disarm on the rogue to make sure the rogue has nothing, at least for a short moment. Evasion by the rogue. Overpower still going through. Kidney shot lands, and Screamer unable to do much about it. And the rogue looking to end it right there. Shadow strikes flying. Screamer tries to get himself a shield, but super low health. Only 50% of the damage you're going to get hit goes into that shield. The other 50 is going to health bar, and you have like 1 health. There's nothing you could do, but he played as well as he could. Defensive stance out warrior. I imagine, I wonder if second one would have helped him a little better, but that's only a speculation at this point. That's all we can do is speculate. Speed definitely played that out really well. Did some really ballsy moves in there, but definitely kept it entertaining and interesting, at least for me. Where most rogues would just AFK for 3 minutes until all the cooldowns are back and come back in. This guy just kept trying to stay aggressive. And I think that would have helped him, especially if the warrior was second wind. But maybe he was thinking, you know what, I'll play it as if this guy's second one, but if he noticed that he has defense stance, he would be like, you know what, I can just AFK, I can open up, do some damage, run away, he's never gonna come back. Gonna be more to call out of Reverence as he goes for the stun onto the pet. Having to control both the Warlock and the Demon is gonna be tough, but Speed, we'll see how well he can do it. It's gonna be a Tyrant, but a quick interrupt by the Rogue with a Shadow Step to re-engage is going to put him ahead. Fear out of Reverence, going for the cheap shots. That's going to be Door of Shadows. Is going to interrupt them. Tyrant is going to be up, but Speed is going to sprint out of there. Blind into Reverence. The Tyrant does get one blast in there of Demon Bolts. And Speed is looking to get away from the Tyrant. Looks like the stun by the Felguard and the Tyrant on the side might lock him down in a bad situation. Going to be the Warlock porting next to him. Trying to Shadow Fury. Speed is going to get him. But the Rogue is still in stealth. Oh no, that is so tough. Especially like for a little bit of time when you're in Vanish, you get a bit of grace period. If you take any damage, you get hit by the abilities. While you have the Vanish, which is an enhanced stealth, it's not going to take on a stealth. And then you get the normal stealth. If only that Vanish fell off as he got stunned, that would have got him out in the open. But Reverence, I don't even know if he realized that he had the Rogue. He hit him right head on. He hit him right on point. But he couldn't quite, follow up because the Rogue is literally in stealth. He's literally immune. Evasion out for Speed really early. Trying to door shadows over towards Reverence. Trying to deal with the pet. That pet is definitely going to give him some trouble. Not let him catch a reset. Reverence trying to max out the range. Sending out Demon Doggers at Speed, who can outrun the pets. Door shadows helping him reset up in a different position. Reverence looking to meet him on the other side. Speed might be able to create enough line of sight to catch a reset. With the pets and the pathing that have to take up the ramp, down the ramp. They can't just jump off the ramp. So they can't quite efficiently chase after the Rogue. Shadow Strike by the Rogue, stunned by Reverence. Immediate Trinket with a kidney shot onto Reverence. Trinket by the Warlock. As you see some damage coming out for Speed, that's going to be a fast damage, fast burst, quick Mortal by the Warlock with a fear to lock down the Rogue for a moment. Just trying to summon a couple extra pets with the Tyrant. Rogue has a Cloak of Shadows, so he should be immune towards the Tyrant assault. Reverence might just say there was wall here. He's gonna actually lots of damage coming out to Speed. Looks like the Tyrant found a lot of pressure, lots of damage out of nowhere. Normally the Tyrant doesn't blast nearly as hard, but as soon as the Cloak fell, the Rogue felt the power of that Tyrant. It looks like the Tyrant had a lot of damage behind him. Look at Chicago. Oh, I kind of like that set. You got the full Kyrian with a pony and everything. Yo, are we still going to be doing the Kyrian investment totem, or is it just for the looks? Looks like he's given Reverence a perfect opportunity to catch a full reset, get himself food, everything. Reverence, where's your main pet? Is he outside here? Yo, Reverence, you gotta move your pet. He's gonna put his pet out there so he has an easier time getting the stuns from a distance. But versus Chicago, he might be able to keep the pet nearby. That was so close, dude. That rogue played so well. I gotta give him credit for keeping it entertaining. Because you know the rogue could have literally just sat in stealth for like hours and hours on end if he wanted to. But he tried making it entertaining. He tried keeping it fun. And I gotta give him credit, man. I gotta give him credit. Because again, literally could have just been stealth for 3 minutes. Right, chat? I know you guys sometimes hate rogues because that's literally all they do is just said. Look at Chicago. Literally stopping, letting Reverence get a full flesh scout. What an honorable dueler this one is. Reverence trying to land a fear on Chicago, gonna be that Tremor Totem, busting him out of there immediately. Thunder onto Reverence, does not follow up with a Stun Totem, a little bit late, but still gets it. And Chicago is gonna try to make some damage happen versus Reverence, try to ramp up a bit. The Ghosts are chasing after the Warlock. It looks like they're gonna turn around onto the Felguard instead. It looks like Chicago's gonna focus on the Felguard, eliminate it quickly. Reverence trying to see if he might be able to swing around, setting Demon Doggers. Reverence has no more mobility to get out of there. It looks like Ascendant's fully out for Chicago. Maybe get an interrupt on the Tyrant. No Tyrant interrupt. Maybe Chicago has a Stun Totem or anything for this. Gonna be the full burst for Reverence, buffing up the pets with the Obelisk. So pets are doing faster, casting faster damage. Chicago continue just to power right through all this damage. Wall is up. That's gonna be Fear to try to lock him out. Got himself heals in between. Interrupt quickly by Reverence. And Chicago decided, you know what, I'm just gonna all in on this one, which is a very tough choice to make. Lolly Cat goes swinging around the side, gonna be Reverence mounting up and has a gateway if they need to use it. As Lolly looking to get himself a better angle. Let's call them Cat Girls. I feel like I'll get put on some kind of list if we keep calling them Lolly. FBI is gonna be like, FBI, put up. What is that you're looking up? No, just Cat Girls, officer. That's a little more normal. But Catgirl's looking for a better angle. Got himself flush cup, so he's got himself the full Necro playstyle. I wonder if that comes with the second win. I believe second one would be a lot harder to do against a Warlock since you have the pet. It looks like Reverend's trying to buy himself some time, literally mounted up, running circles around the pillar in the center. Catgirls is going to have to at some point maybe do a leap charge, or he's going to have to find a better angle to Reverence. I don't think you're going to have an easy time catching him. I think all you can do is maybe go for a leap charge as Reverence commits to one side of the pillar. Eventually Reverence is going to want to play. Maybe not. I was going to say eventually Reverence is going to want to play, but I'm starting to think maybe not. He's literally waiting for all CDs. Maybe Catgirl's going to at least catch the pet. He's so close. I feel like if he does leap charge, he'll have it. Oh, he tried to go for a charge, but no, couldn't do anything. Looks like Reverence with a flush cut. Oh, finally ready to go. I think that's what he's trying to buy himself time for, at least a flush cut, just to make sure he's good against the warrior. And I guess Sensei, who's going to be up next. Cat goes surrounded by the demons as the obelisk is down. Absolutely just getting a barrage. There's going to be a reflect from one of the tyrant spells, but continue to get hit over and over. Cat goes minded to play defenses. Going to be decimated. Both set up on him. Could be the biggest bolts for Reverence. One blast takes him out. That felt a little unfair. And Reverence has some of the biggest demon bolts available. Sensei might be able to actually feel some of those demon bolts. Drink it for Reverence immediately. Used to get some demon doggers where Sensei is going to be a wall. Used to get demon doggers. Maybe Decimate Bolt's going to be the biggest ever. Definitely chunky. Got Sensei to about half a health with the Curse of Exhaustion. Sensei used to clear that curse with the targets as possible. Zuet as well as the images are up. With Stormoth on fire, Reverence with a Mortar Coil, going for more Demon Bolts as he's getting procs, is going to port away from Sensei, try to cut him out as best as he can, with the Gateway to follow, sending him more Handle Dons onto Sensei to build up for even more Demon Bolts. Flash Scout is up for Sensei, could maybe go for the Axe Toss to stun him, but he did not. A quick Flash Scout for Sensei should keep him pretty healthy, pretty safe. Stun around the corner, Sensei finally closes the gap. Reverence looking to get a fear, does get one. And might be able to get himself a Decimator Bolt. It looks like he's just walking in the direction. He just wants to go for a reset. He wants to get some cooldowns back. He doesn't have a wall. He has Tyrant very, very soon. Maybe waiting for Fleshcraft at this point. And that might be the play, is to wait for Fleshcraft, if at all possible. He might also need to get a fear onto Sensei and then go for Fleshcraft just to make sure it's safe. It's going to create a Hellstone. Sensei is given an opportunity to also get a reset. Forcer on top of Reverence with a stun as BDB gets exchanged. And Reverence trying to land a fear, getting Lex up on it. No trinket. Needs to use Mortal Coil as soon as possible. Super low on health. Oh, the board last second. At no health. Needs a Mortal Coil immediately. Oh no. Reverence gets a big old touch of death on him. That is so rough, dude. He thought he was safe. He thought it was okay. But the images, the port was set up right next to him. Sensei with that surprise attack. Sealer is going to be up next. Had a duel versus Sensei before, and Sensei's a bit down on cooldowns this time, so maybe Sealer will have a better opportunity here to score a win. Sensei almost getting frozen up. In cap onto Sealer is that G-Pie. And he bows out of it immediately. And Sealer's looking for a advantageous setup. Got a Nova into Sensei. We are into high dampening. Big combustion up for Sealers, trying to make sure he has the range towards Sensei. Gonna be that diffused magic trying to deal with the burn. And is able to reduce a lot of the damage quite handily. Karma up really early. Sealers is gonna jump down, maybe with the ulti time. No ulti time. Just got himself Shin Power as well as the images. Mirror images in order to reduce some of the damage he's taking. As Sensei actually used images of his own. He's literally using Storm Earth and Fire. I don't know if he meant to. Actually, it was a win. So Sensei got a lot of damage ready. I think he was to go and line up for a big BDB. Sealer's going for a port really early. Tricking out Sensei to bust out of that Dragon's Breath. It's going to be a Flesh Cup right in Sealer's face to get interrupted on Shadow. But Sealer's somehow still alive. Are you playing normal Blink now? I think he's playing normal Blink. Gotta be Ring of Peace booping him back in there. Still holding on to Ice Block. Getting interrupted on Arcane. Going for the Ice Block in order to regenerate some health. He wants to save Cauterize for later. So he's going for the long game as we hit in that 17-minute mark. And Sealer's got himself at least a bit of a reset. Sensei charging in. Looking to take the Mage out. In cap. Does he have enough? Does he have anything? Cauterize procs immediately. Quick breath by the Mage with a Polymorph onto Sensei. Looking for the G-Pie. Does not have anything at all at this point. Maybe he can go for Ring of Frost and get him for CC chain on Sensei. Does he see him shifting power? Can get combustion back up. Sensei got Karma very, very soon. Maybe you can just end him right there. Blink it towards Sensei. No Karma for a few seconds. No diffuse magic for a bit. It's going to be a spinner crane kick into, and Seed Pod. But Sensei just out damaged Sealers. Did have 45 brew. So he had 4 brew in order to reduce the damage he's taking. That was such a close match. Speed with the big blasters. I didn't realize the Warlock had 3 kills in a row. 3 kills under the bag. That was so close. Chicago play? Chicago did get to play there. Get monked? Yo, for real. This day, dude, 915 people continue to get monked. I wonder if that'll change to 9-2. Probably not. Have you seen the tier set? 40% more damage for Fist of Fury with 2-piece? Busted. Well, for now, Mikey, it's all good, my guy. If you need to swap out one person, get some fresh new faces in here, I'm perfectly fine with it. Mikey looking for one more in the Horde, boys. If you guys want to join in, more than welcome to. I think we're at 193. Almost at that 200, boys. I am Speed. Are you Speed? That was awesome. Wanted to run from Warlock so much. Yo, Zaref, I totally understand it if you do. Totally get it if you do, but the fact that you're getting in there, trying to keep it entertaining, I appreciate that more than you just running. Honestly, personally, I, as a viewer, and as somebody who goes these, I also view them from like a viewer perspective. It's so much more fun watching a rogue just gets really clutch plays and they play risky. 4 and 5 on Alliance caps. Chicago's looking for a +1 on Alliance. Got 5 already. Easy. Where's Shield Pills, by the way? Where's that boy? Which spec has the easiest or hardest Mage Tower? Hardest? Hardest? I have no idea. Easiest might be anyone that has Agatha as their boss. Impossible foe challenge. I guess I understand why they call it Impossible Foe, because it's an imp mother. Got a 5? Perfect. We got duels back up and running, boys. I am Sensei. How you doing, Nick? How you doing, my guy? Hope you enjoyed the duels. GG's, hell yeah, my dude. Sensei, are you, yo, Nick, are you excited to play a monk in the next patch? Are you gonna be running tier set, dude? Are you? There's no way you're not, dude. You're at least a 2-piece, right? Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow, bro. Yo, thank you, Ivilo. Thank you so much, my guy, for coming by. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate you, my dude. I'll go on YouTube when? Yo, if you're on YouTube now, you can watch the duels. Or if you want to join the duels, you'll be on YouTube then. Chicago always gives honor duel. Big respect to him. He gave an honor duel last session as well. Yeah, Chicago tries to go for honor duels whenever possible. You don't necessarily have to go for honor duels though. Like as soon as you're the next in the you're the next person in line to duel, that's it. You can go out and slay the person as soon as you can. It's gonna be crazy, dude. Monks are about to. I think monks have been really good for PvP all of Shadowlands so far. Like sometimes monks get seasons where they're kind of okay, and other times they're like really, really good. Do we only have 3 people on team 1? Or are they just lagging? We might have to redo if team 1 only has 3. Unless they're lagging. I mean, I guess we'll just start recording it, and we might have to redo if there's only 3. Because maybe they're still loading in, right? Switch. Got ourselves team 2 together with Sonic Speed versus Chicago. We're still hoping The team one is just loads in and they're just taking the sweet time loading in. Maybe they draw people? We'll find out soon, yeah? Love the stage, brother. Thank you so much, Mason. Sonic Speed getting some big shadow strikes onto Chicago. Looks like he's playing that Ventier Burst, trying to max out the damage. Chicago dropping down to Earth Elemental. It's going to go for the Dread Eye self-heal as well, trying to see if they can tank up the damage versus Sonic as the Rogue continued to blast out Chicago with Shadow Blades. Quick to summon Chicago, deny him some of that Maelstrom generation, but the Ghost Tools come out to help out with that. Sonic Speed looks like actually it's kind of low. It's going to be a Cloak of Shadows in the last second. Chicago trying to heal himself up. Sonic might have to vanish out of the evasion, but I don't know if that'll be enough. And Chicago has a lot of Maelstrom. Could lightning bolt Sonic. It's going to be blind in the last second. No health available. Is that a Flame Shock taking him out? Earth Elemental might actually score the kill. Wait, the Earth Elemental might have been the first one. First time the Earth Elemental scored a kill there. Unless it was a Flame Shock taking down on him. I think that Earth Elemental might have actually got the punch that ended up scoring himself a kill for the first time ever. No way. This guy doing a bit of a dance. And Bellator giving Chicago an opportunity to at least get himself at least a full reset on cooldowns or health. And Chicago is going to hit him with a Flame Shock, letting him know that it's all good to go, ready for the duels. Doesn't even need cooldowns. And the wall was up very, very soon. Chicago taking a bit of damage from the Warrior is going to bust up out of there, using that Ghost Wolf in order to create a bit of that mobility with the Grounding Totem or Earthbind Totem. To slow the Warrior down quickly by Bellator into a Sunder, into a stun, and that's going to be Curing Totem down. Going to be Bellator with a defensive as the range regeneration comes out. Chicago is going to have to really watch out for their health. Is going to catch up on healing and create some line. Actually, not even going to create a line of sight. Going to walk in, get some damage into Bellator. Looks like he wants to go for the ability to dot play. Make sure there's a Flame Shock on him. Ghost was getting feared way out into Guam. As Bellator is looking for a bit of that health recovery. Chicago keeping the Flame Shock rolling. Gonna be a reflect. The Ghost Wolves are biting at Bellator. He's able to get a couple Bloodthirsts off of the, I guess not wolves, but rather raptors really, isn't it? Spirit Beast. The Spirit Beast. Which I guess it doesn't have to be wolves anymore, does it? Bellator letting a quick charge. Maybe a quick heal. There goes a quick kill, and Pen and Victory is strong with him. Chicago taking a bit of damage from the Blaze Storm. Is going to have to wall up this damage. Knocked down by Bellator. Looking to maybe max that damage to Chicago. Using Sunder into a stun. But more defensively, Bellator is going to trick it out of the stun. As you see, Chicago super low. But also, he is kind of low himself. Trying to get a couple Bloodthirsts here and there. Chicago just waiting to get some mana back up. Looking for the healing surge around the corner. The charge by the Warrior roots him in place. And Chicago is super low in health. It looks like dropping down the Curing Totem. Bellator backing up out of there for a second. Chicago should be able to catch up. That Curing Totem providing quite a bit of extra healing there. At least any bit of healing. He's going to try to repurpose the totem, reposition it, maybe make some damage happen on the Warrior. And the Warrior's trying to avoid the totem as best he can. Disarm on Chicago. I'm wondering if Chicago's running the Legendary for the totem. I doubt it, but what if? Huge friends and regen for Bellator. Chicago just trying to avoid it, trying to deny the Warrior any kind of healing. It looks like he's going to have to drop down the stun totem onto Bellator. Wasn't able to get out of that Thunder quick enough. It's going to try to leap away from the Ghost Wolves as the Flame Check is rolling. Massive heal off of the Ghost Wolves though. As Chicago continued to blast him with lightning bolts. No mana for the Shaman. Trying to keep the pressure on the Warriors as best as they can. Earthbind Totem down. Wants to kind of cut him next to it. Curing Totem down. It could make some big damage versus Bellator. There goes the Enrage, not Enrage Regeneration, but rather Impending Victory. Charging back to Chicago as looking for a reset. Bellator trying to max out the damage. Using all the rage into a rampage. And both of these two competitors are very, very low in health. Chicago repositioned the Curing Totem in order to get himself a bit more healing. Bellator's super low health, trying to go for a healing. Flame Shock up, does get himself another Impending Victory. That Impending Victory is like on a what, 25-second cooldown? That's a huge amount of healing. Chicago disarmed, cannot generate Maelstrom for a short time as Bellator continuing to ramp up. Bird's gonna be the Braun joining in, picking up the eye by accident. Can actually do a lot of healing off of Braun. He can target him. So it's going to be Impending Victory as well as Bloodthirst. Chicago trying to deny any kind of healing Bellator is getting for free. Quick Fear on Chicago. Braun banks out of that fear easily though. Or rather, Braun is able to use cast and use abilities while feared. Blaze Storm out of Bellator. Trying to max damage to Chicago. Wall is up in order to tank up the damage. Sunder with a stun onto Bellator. Trinket not available for a bit. Bellator does activate Enrage Regeneration. Chicago with a wall. And might have repositioned the Curing Totem, does reposition for a little bit of damage as well as a little bit of healing. Ghost Wolves on Bellator is going to use a lot of the rage, converting it into a Ignore Pain shield. The Wolves do provide Bellator that free heal. So Bellator, as long as he can disengage from Chicago and not take damage from the Shaman directly, then he's able to get some freebie healing from some of the peasant Chicago summons. Chicago trying to reposition the Curing Totem in a good position. Might be able to knock down Bellator with it. Trying to keep moving it. I think Belcher actually focused down on the Kieran Totem in the last second there. Super low in health. Belcher could be in trouble. Got himself a rampage in order to get himself lots of resources. Could catch up on a lot of healing. There goes the Sun Totem with the Thunder around the corner. Belcher has a trinket if he needs it. Looks like he's feeling pretty safe right now. And Chicago is continuing to play with fire as this Fury Warrior got a lot of damage on him. Belcher getting slammed by the Kieran Totem, tries to walk out of it. Chicago trying to keep the chase rolling. Reflect, and that's going to be reflected back at the lightning bolt. Back into Chicago. Can use a lot of that Kieran Totem healing. The Totem has 3 charges, 2 for damage, 3 for healing. And Belcher with those impending victories. It is so tough to knock down the Warrior and kill him before the impending victories, before Enrage Regen, she's going to be up very, very soon. Chicago dipping down low on health. Might be in that execute range. They're Estimated joins the fight. It looks like both of them are super low. Oh, Bellator not sitting that Thunder long. I think Zerka's range just to land that execute onto Chicago. Unfortunate. iFox is going to be up next, though. iFox has himself a hell of a game. You got to go through the Warrior, the Mage, the Warlock, and the Enhancement Shaman. I don't know if Team 1 will be able to do it. It's a little bit sad that Team 1 only has 3 people that got in. I think the other people either DC'd or weren't able to get in for one reason or another. Going to be cooldowns out of Wolfie. Belcher low on health in that execute range. The kill shots, procs are happening for iFox. Belcher could be in trouble as he's just getting shot with bolts. Point blank range. Quick flanking strike as he gets disarmed, but the pet does finish off the Warrior in the very end. The Mage is going to be up next. Looks like he's letting Manic Bandages happen for... Actually, he is. He is letting him do Manic Bandages. Okay, just spun around in the middle. He doesn't necessarily have to go Monarch Duel if he doesn't wanna. I do hope you guys are aware of it. Gonna be traps around the corner. Freeze trap getting eaten with a steel trap to follow. Gonna be the flate shot onto Solaire as he's trying to set up a ring of frost around the Hunter. Hunter isn't going anywhere. Try to door shadows around it. Not gonna get interrupted. Grenades flying to Solaire. Polymorph up. And he's going to send it back on to the Mage. Shifting power is still up for Solaire. I don't really know if he needed to use shifting power there. Maybe for defenses. Big combustion is up, but iFox might have to go for Troll Shell. Massive Power Blast is blasting him out. Acceleration, but it might not be enough. Sun Solaire shifting side immediately with the freezing trap to follow. And iFox was able to deny the use of Turtle, at least for now. Might be able to go behind the pillar, get himself a reset, maybe a Manic Bandages right after as soon as the dots are off. And man, he's held so low. Breath could take him out. It's going to be a Flame Strike to take him out, and then open trinkets at the last second, but the Pyroblast connects. Now the question is, can Speed fight through the rest of the team too? They got two casters, and one Enhancement Shaman, which is kind of like a caster. Quick interrupt by Speed at the last second as the Nova breaks, I believe. That's going to be interrupted onto Solaire with an Ice Block getting used really early. Would rather use the Ice Block early against the Rogue just to make sure that he's not in trouble. Poly onto the Rogue to get a reset. Solaire might be able to get some damage in with the G-Pie. He's picking up the Eye really early into a Polymorph to Speed. Playing that Shimmer, so use Shimmer just to make sure he's getting the Poly. He's going to hit him with a Fire Blast. I think he's just going to mess with him, maybe building up some resources. Going to be a blind by the Rogue with a quick reset, but the Rogue does have the Fire Bolts as well as the Fire Blast. Building up the Fire Mage Mastery, knocking him out of stealth. At least the burn doesn't last long at all, though. And Solaire's looking for a bit of a reset himself. Maybe put down food? Maybe just trying to avoid the Rogue as best as he can to pick up the Eye. Cloak of Shadows for the speed really early on. Solaire could have him in a really bad scenario. Try to go for an interrupt versus Solaire. Looks like he's going to go for that Door of Shadows. Solaire without a Cloak of Shadows with a Trinket, though, and advantage. Not completely in trouble. But if he is not careful with the combustion, he could be in a really bad scenario. I forgot to put the Kieran Lego on. Oh, did you, Chicago? What Lego were you trying to play? Were you playing no Lego that round then? That's unfortunate we're playing no Lego. Gonna be Venthier Burst out of speed. Try to max the damage with Solaire with the Kiddo Shot to follow. Massive damage. Solaire does not have Ice Block anymore. So I think the Mage is gonna be going down. Barely alive. How is he alive? Smoke Bomb for speed. Trinkets out of the last second. Solaire is going to be in Seed Pod, but Speed should be able to make quick work of him. Hits him with a Shadow Strike and a Navista. And Reverence is going to hit a slow into the Rogue. Doesn't want to let the Rogue build up any momentum whatsoever. Speed just recently faced against the Warlock. Might be able to make some work here. He's going to be able to get himself a reset as a full flesh code up for Reverence. So both of them are coming in with mostly fresh code except for Speed. Minus Trinket, minus Advantage, minus Shadow Blades, and Blind. So he might just have to sit behind the pillar and recuperate a little bit. Because if he puts himself out in the open without resets like Shadow Meld, he might be in big trouble. The one advantage he has versus Reverence is Reverence has no dot damage. Or no dot damage that I know of. So speed, if he goes for a reset, it's a clean reset. Unless he somehow gets knocked out from with AoE abilities out of stealth. There's actually no way that he could, almost no way that he could be caught out of stealth if he goes for like hard resets. Trying to see if he might be able to get some damage into the pet, blind onto the warlock, stunned by the Felguard around the corner. It looks like the demon doggos and the imps are actually doing quite a bit of sustained damage to the rogue. Just looking for a full complete reset. Again, no dots, so you should be no trouble. Oh, but that stun around the corner does catch him. Not sending the Felguard at him. Maybe you can pincer him, trying to see if he can create a little bit of space between the two. Is gonna have to burn a full reset with a shadow meld. 10 minutes into the duel, 36% dampening. Really wish we had more people on team 1, but we're gonna have to go again after this. I was just driving him crazy. Chicago, don't worry about it, my guy. All good, fam, no worries. Speed is looking for a good angle. Where's the Felguard? It's out in the open. So if he goes to the right corner, of the pillar, like in this angle, he might be able to land inside the pet. Couldn't quite do it. Gonna be a stun. Speed has a tricky coming back very, very soon. They've got a lot of defenses back up. Cloak shot, observation, everything is available. Flash lash up on Reverence is gonna hit him down. Lock him down with a kidney shot. Gonna be a trinket and a port for Reverence. And Speed goes for a cloak of shadows. Looking to catch back up to Reverence. Is gonna shadow strike right next to him. Mortal Cold running Speed in the other direction. Quick interrupt onto that fear. Gonna be a cheap shot to lock him down. Decimated ball to Speed. Creates a smoke bomb for the second full land inside, which is so perfect for him. Using to weave in and out. Gonna be a flash kept interrupt the last second. Reverence locked out on Shadow. But it's going to be a stun by that pet. Maybe he can go for a fear into Speed. Speed getting hit with a fear. Decimated Bolt is going to hit him. Maybe Demon Bolts will follow. Demon Bolt 1. Demon Bolt 2. Oh, no. That's all the rogue could do at the very end. It's just trying to see if he might be able to escape those Demon Bolts. Man, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another open running, yeah? Hello, Foxy 3s. Yo, Byron, how you doing, my guy? Yo, we got him in here. So Chicago is no longer going to make a group. So who's going to be taking over for Team Chicago? Because we need somebody to make some NA groups. Is Night King here? Is my Frosty boy here? Is my Frosty Mans over here? This is the guy, the myth, the legend himself. For now, Mikey, all good. If you want to find a +1, get some fresh faces, more than welcome to my dude. So I just called it for Alliance? Okay. Probably can form a group before I go, maybe. I didn't see a lot of people wanting to duel. That's all good. We just get a second group and we'll be good to go. GG's, I'm gonna go to Mage Shower. Thanks so much for coming by, Zara. Appreciate you, my dude. Let's see if we can form up another group. It can be a second group on the Horde if you guys want to do it, if you guys know how to do it. It was just LG for now. I got dinner ready soon. Alright, man. Thanks so much for coming by, my guy. Appreciate you, fam. What we can do if you leave? It's all good. No worries. Yeah, well, yeah, Chicago. Do whatever you gotta do to deal with allergies. I don't really have allergies myself, but I know my mom does. So like during like spring, it's really bad. So hope you take it easy. Yeah, don't strain yourself for nothing. GG's though, boys. We need a second group, boys. Do we have maybe a second group on a Horde, or maybe somebody else taking over the Alliance group? We just did a +1. We'll be good to go. So we did. Thanks for joining us, Rev. That was kind of fun to sub, but trying Dagger in the Dark. And so, I'm Sonic, by the way. Yo, really? Dagger in the Dark? Oh, you're trying to build up for that, big Shadow. No wonder your Shadow Strike hit as hard as it did. Huh. I tried to play Dagger in the Dark with Gloomblade, because that could be really good. Love the Warlock. Those are so fun, dude. They're so fun. Alrighty, boys. We need a second group. Either a second one on the Horde. If somebody knows how to make these groups, make a second one over either on the Horde or take the boys on Alliance and try to see if you can reform that group. And if any of you guys know how to do these groups, you're more than welcome to try, because it is a community ran thing. If you want to make some groups, or if you want to join some, play versus player premium group, custom PvP, type number 5 at the top, enter. And looks like Mikey, I was trying to make a group for the Horde, trying to put them together. If you guys don't know how to make a group, it's easy. All you need to do is just put them in LFG. Play versus player premium group, custom PvP, start a group. And in a search, it would type something like 5V5 1V1 DUELS Dalaran, something along those words. As long as you have number 5 in there, that should be good to go in the title. Because then when people search for you, they'll just type in number 5 in the search, enter. And that's it. So as long as you have 5v5 somewhere in the duels, you're good to go. Form a group. You can advertise it in the chat. If you got like a group, you're like, yo, we got Alliance group, it's called such and such. We got 2 out of 5 looking for 3 more boys. Always dudes looking for groups. So if you guys want to advertise like that, you're more than welcome to. We just need a second one. We're good to go. Did you see the weapon I was wearing with the lock mog? Brandon, were you wearing the Affliction Warlock one? Oh, was it? So I have a really bad memory. It's either was the Affliction Challenge skin one or another one. It's the red Affy skin from Balance. Oh, Balance of Power was it? It's one you get from Glory of the Legion Hero. It's perfect with a new Warlock Mage Shower. I was gonna say the Mage Shower for Affliction also looks really good too, but you might be right. Yours has a bit more red to it as well. Red or black rather. Red and black combined together for like a really beefy scythe. I really do like that Mage Shower one with like the scythe out of the skull though. I have that one unlocked on my Alliance character or NA characters. It looks so good though, Brandon. That one looks great. You like my warrior chest back down? RM, are you the catgirl guy? I do. If you are the warrior, that warrior. If you're every other warrior, I think every other warrior has a good mod so far. Black and white? Which one? You might have to link it to me in Discord. Just so I know for sure. No, he left because of allergies? Oh good, yeah. Yeah, Chicago left. TMS asking if you want to continue the group though, my guy. You're more than welcome to. But Chicago has allergies. But if we still got Alliance boys that want to play. But he needs somebody to get the groups together. Bellator. Oh yeah. Okay. So you know your Mog looks almost like it's like a 40k model, right? All those miniature 40k models, but like your chest and shoulders are unfinished, but the rest of them are finished. That's what it reminds me of. I think it was great. That contrast of like some parts are finished, some parts are unpainted in a way. I think it looks good. I think it would try to go for like a half and half, right? A little bit of black and gold and like white and like ivory, I guess. A little bit of ivory, a little bit of dark looks. It looks good though. Never been a maestro back in Legion because when it was live, I didn't know the strats though. So I never cleared it. I wasn't active with it in Legion, it was easy. I never got it. That's all good, Brandon. Hey, you get a chance at the Mage Shower. The Mage Shower you played though, for your challenge, that one was what the Mage Shower base. It was really close to what the Mage Shower first launched as, when it was really tough. By the end of Legion, we had so much gear and so much. You could just do it in catch-up gear from Argus. Like you would get Argosian like currency, buy a bunch of catch-up gear. Didn't matter what stats you had. Get 2 legendaries. Literally doesn't matter what Legos either. Like if you get defensive Legos, makes it easier. But you just had so much health, you could overgear it. And by the end of like 735, it was really basically free, except for like the healer challenge and the tank challenge. I think those were the only ones that weren't free. But as long as you knew the fights, more or less, you could brute force them. Right now, you can't really brute force them because gear is, scaled. But if you know the strategies, you can definitely deal with them easily. But brute forcing, pretty tough. Definitely pretty hard. So you're playing the hard version that a lot of us remember, dude, when it first launched. Because remember when the Mage Shower first launched, dude? It was pretty rough. Love the Mog Belcher. It looks awesome. It looks great, my guy. I love it. It looks awesome. I really like it. But the Mage Shower, the first release, dude, I remember when it first released, even Raiders, like top tier Raiders was struggling. People had to do 100+ pulls. And I remember everybody at the time when Mage Shower first released back in the day in TOS, people were like, nerf it, Blizzard! You have to nerf it! It's overtuned! And all the top tier Raiders that were like doing KJ prog, they were like, no, Blizzard don't nerf it. This thing will get outscaled and outgeared by the final raid tier. Don't you dare. They said it'll get outscaled and outgeared. Don't. Keep it as is. And they were right at the time because everybody ended up outgearing it. If you even had the semblance of how to play class, more or less knew the mechanics, it was free almost. But a lot of us, dude, that tried the original Mage Shower, because I was kind of casual at the game. I mean, I did PvP, up to 2200 with some boys, and I did some light raiding and didn't really touch Mythic Plus at the time. And I thought I was pretty good at the game. And then I walked into the Mage Shower back in Legion, and I was like, oh, I got my ass whooped. Wait, why is it so hard? And then I went back in, I was like, wait, this is really difficult. And then I did it again and again, and I did it 10 times until I ran out of the currency to do it again. I was like, this is really hard. Am I that bad at the game? Am I just really bad at my class? That's the first thing I thought is, I'm really bad at my class, aren't I? And then next day, I got a little bit more farming for the nether currency, and I was like, did it 10 more times. I was like, I can't do this. This is really hard. And that's why I thought, like, maybe I thought at the time, like, I was not that bad at Rogue. I was pretty decent. And then at the time, I felt like I was just awful. I was bottom of the barrel garbage. I was hot trash, not even hot trash. I was trash that's been sitting there for a while, and it's now cold, covered in dust. Like, worse than worse. like actually just unused. I can't even be processed to be made into like recyclable anything. I really felt bad. I was like, man, I'm not a better rogue. And then I saw a video of rogues doing it and completing it. I was like, wait, this rogue has no best legendaries. He only has Ravenhold ring. I have the Ravenhold ring, and he was able to do it, and he doesn't have that greater gear. I was like, well, I could probably do it. So it took me between 80 to 90 pulls before any of the changes, any of the nerfs that the tower had, any of the next tier gear in the same gear that I had. 80 to 90 pulls before I was able to do it. It felt like I was fighting a Dark Souls boss, dude. And it was so memorable because of the time that I had to invest, the learning, the salty tears of just not being able to kill it, and then finally being able to do it. Dude, I stood out in the Rogue Order Hall with my weapons out in the open for everybody to see. Just stood there for 20 whole minutes, letting people just look at the glory. It just felt so satisfying. And I think this Mage Tower has a very, very similar thing to it. Is the difficulty when you finally overcome it. Man, is it satisfying. It is so good. I love it. Like, even if they had terrible mogs and nothing good out of it, the mogs I think is really cool. I think just having something to walk away that you can show for it is awesome. The mount, the achievement at the very end, which I want to go for eventually. I'm not going to be able to do it early, or I mean, we have a whole month of the Mage Tower, so maybe if I really try, but it's a lot of time commitment. So I'll see, between splitting it between the Mythic Plus, I haven't done a lot of dungeons for Legion yet. I want to do more. I want to make a whole video of the guides of it. Between that and 9-2 stuff, that's a lot for me to do. I can't really outgear it, and the reward is much smaller. Just to say, 7th recolor with 4-year-old armor, not worth the trouble, to be honest. I think they do some of the best looking colors of the tier 20s. I think they're really iconic for each class. Even the Deathknight one and the Demon Hunter one that they created for that one looked awesome. I think they're great. Hey, you know, I used to complain about recolors too for a while, but these look really good sets. They're really iconic. Yo, boys, let me know if you're making a second group for duels, because we saw Mikey making a group. If you have a second group for the Horde, or maybe someone making one for Alliance, let me know. We got more duels on the way. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's awesome to have something you can walk away with it. And you can somewhat, you can't really outgear it, that's true, but you can get certain items to make it a little bit easier. But I kind of like that you can't outgear it, because the whole point of the Mage Tower challenge that's memorable to me and to so many other players was it would initially get released, right? Like, if your memory of the Mage Tower is a 7.3.5 version of the Mage Tower that was easy, you missed out on the original challenge. There's nothing better than trying hard at something that's difficult and overcoming that challenge. That in itself is the coolest thing ever. I think everybody should experience it. Because you got 5, Mike, you got 5, we just did a +1 and we're good to go, boys. Chicago isn't making a group, but if somebody's making one, let me know. Or if we're making a second Horde one, let me know, boys. I spent so much time in the Mage Tower launch, I forgot how to PvP for a minute. First 3 games played. I've all watched because I got used to the standard demo play style. I can play the different styles. Yeah, because you have to relearn the class a little bit. Going 2500 more not good. I want an updated version of the Merciless God set. The original aged super well for Warlocks, but all with new colors on it in purple one. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to add more. The fact that you can complete using unique articles or recolors, well, it is what it is. What? Well, the fact that you can compare unique artifact weapon skins to recolors. Well, skins are great, and it's good that they decided that, you know what, those skins were unique, and they'll stay to the Mage Tower, and they were limited edition words. I feel like if they were to bring back the Legion weapons, then they should bring the Mage Pandari stuff and the WAD stuff as well, like all the challenge mode stuff. Like, opportunity for you to be able to earn them, but also bring back the reward, the challenges itself as well. Otherwise, if it's limited, keep it limited. People that got it back then, because it's unique, it's cool, right? Because you don't always need to have everything that everybody else has, right? If there was something cool that was over for a minute time and you got it, I think it's awesome. Hey, there's a lot of stuff that I don't have that other people do, and I think it's cool. You know, it gives it value. It's pixels on a screen, but they get value when, like, only certain people have it, when they did something cool or something unique from back in the day. Like, should we just give out Scarab Lord to everybody in the mount? The Black Anchorage tank? Like, the Black Anchorage tank is so cool because there was so little of them. Only a handful of people got them back then. Imagine if we were just to give one to everybody. That'd be cool. Like, I'd have fun riding mine for 5 minutes, but it would just lose its shine. Challenger Mogs and WAD would be amazing if they bring back Mage Tower appearances. Yeah, if they bring Mage Tower appearances for weapons, bring back the WAD weapon skins and the Liege and the Missa Pandaria things, armor sets. Like, if you're gonna bring one of them, you might as well bring all of them, right? And let's start bringing a lot more stuff to the back. But if you're going to say that the Mage Tower appearances were unique, and you're going to keep them unique, well, that's fine. You created your rule. But if you're going to break that rule, it should work with everybody else. That's the only thing I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So either all of it is unique or none of it is unique. That's how I feel. Demo is the only log spec without a baseline dot. It is a little weird, isn't it? I mean, I guess you can go Doom, but that's not really a dot that ticks. It's weird. You know? Right about Doom not having dots is true, by the way. We really should have a Doom baseline. Yeah, or like some kind of a dot that ticks out over time. Maybe like a pet that puts a bleed or something. I think it would help a ton, but I think they wanted to make it unique. Yeah. Athaman, are you making a group? Sorry for not being in duels. Trying to be this Mage Tower as a frostmate. 1% wipe. You got it, dude. You got this, my dude. It's okay. We're doing these on an A anyway. Yo, boys, do we have a second group? Who wants to make a second group on an A? Because we got boys that still want to do. We just need to make a +1 group and we're good to go. Yo, TMS ass. You want to make a group? It would help us out a lot, my man. Let me see if Chup is around. Maybe he wants to lead an A group. Let me see if he's around. Ochula. Ochula, do you want to make a group too? We could probably make a second one. Rudes. Seavark. Oh, he's doing Broken Shores. He's probably doing the challenge. Let me see. Chill Pills. So Chill Pills isn't online. Unfortunate. But if you're going to make a second group, boys, on the Horde Alliance, we could have some more 5v5 1v1 duels over on the NA. Or if somebody on Team Mikey wants to try to see if they can make a separate group, that could also work. If the Mage Tower gave permanent Torghast abilities, yo, Torghast should have been what the Mage Tower was. That's what Torghast should have been. Like all the cosmetic rewards and the challenge and difficulty, that's what Torghast should have been. With the powers. It's not about getting the same reward, but new rewards should also be unique on par with previous ones, not with colors. I don't know, I think the tier 20 sets are awesome. You get the Fellware Bear form, and there's a mount associated with it. I think it's cool. Like, tier 20 recolors, some of them are insane, dude. The Warlock one, oh, it's so good. I like the Rogue one, I really like the Warrior one too. The Monk one, I really don't mind the orange. I think it looks quite good. Looks clean. We're trying to get 10 and split, that's awesome, Mikey. Yeah, if we can do that, that'll be awesome. Yeah, if you guys can get a 10 and then split afterwards, that will work as well. That'll work. 2 groups of Horde and Alliance. Because we just need 2 groups of 5 and you can just spam queue each other over and over. Yeah, I don't know. We can't see. I perfectly get it. If you're like, you know what? These tier sets are cool, but they're recolors. I get it. Like, if you're not a fan, and you're not a fan. I think they're some of the better tier sets the game has ever made. The tier 20s are iconic for all the specs, and they did such a good job with the Death Knight and the Demon Hunter. And seeing the recolor of them to get an opportunity to get them again as a reward for bringing back the Mage Tower. You get something for the Mage Tower. I think it's awesome. I think it's great, and all of them look good. The only ones I complain about were maybe the Druid Green, because it looks like baby green puke. But that's just me, right? Some people like that one. And then the Demon Hunter, some people love that one as well. But I think it's more green. Like Demon Hunters, I feel like should have had like a red, or like a full black and red, like the Warlocks got, right? The Warlock set makes me think of like Xavius, like the dark red, the dark undertones of red and like dark black shadow stuff. Like it has a Xylem, what's his name? I literally just said his name just now, didn't I? Hold on, I can remember it. Hold on, don't look it up. Nightmare. Xavius. I literally said it and I literally forgot it immediately, just like that. I'm that bad with names. But Xavius undertones, right? The red and the black. That should have been what the Druid one would have been. Like a corrupted Druid of Nightmare. That would have been amazing. Or the Demon Hunter. Should have been like black and red as well. Like or purple. Void inspired. Kind of like what the Shadow Priest or Priest got. And there's like a voidy version of their set. It would have been amazing. But either way, it's a good looking set in my opinion. Fellbearer is the worst part. They essentially gave her a different skin color, but only 1 pack out of 36. Well, the bear form is a unique model that's playable, and there's not a lot of models like it. So the fact that they brought a variation for any of the druids that didn't play back then, I thought was good. Right? You didn't bring back the original model, you brought back the new skin, so then the players that got the original can go over to this one, and players that didn't get the old ones can get this one. So more players have opportunity to get that whole new model that looks better than some of the normal bear forms. It looks awesome. It gives players the opportunity to have, it's the druids too, they don't have a lot of forms to pick from, right? I think it looks great. You know what I was hoping for Mage Tower? We all know it had a ton of concepts, specs, and artifact weapons. Never made it to live game. Were there? Wait, I actually want to see, Brandon, if you, Rev, if you got any screenshots or any links towards some of the concepts, if you want to pop them in Discord, if you have time, of course, don't gotta look from now. But if you have time, if you find any, link me in Discord like a DM, or just post them in the general portion of Discord. I would love to see them, because if they were, they could have totally done that too. Yeah, if there actually were, if you could have dug up some old concepts and added new skins, yeah, I would love to see some. That would have been pretty awesome, actually. Yeah, if there were anyone, or any of the old concepts that could have been made, yeah, I would love to see some of them. But I'm sure, because they had a lot of different like weapon models for a lot of specs. I think I imagine they maybe have had some concept art, but nothing that was really made into a game for like a functionality purpose. Because otherwise I think they could have just used it from the treasure trove. I think they ended up investing as much as they could into the best designs, or as many designs as they could, for like all the different reskins we had, like the different versions of them. Like the base, the upgraded version, the balance of power, hidden skin, challenge skin, PvP skin. I think they used as many as they could. But if there are any like ones that weren't used, I would love to see them. Probably never released any, but they had to a dozen concepts. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't think a lot of them made it past like the design concept, like the art. I think a lot of them were drawn on, but never like implemented in the game. So if that's the case, then, you know, there's not much that could have really worked off of. Yeah, but I'm loving the Mage Tower, man. I'm just one away from getting my mount, and I'm gonna do the healer one. I don't know if I want to do this Holy Paladin or as a Mistweaver Monk. I'm currently leaning towards Mistweaver because I think it'll be fun to do as Mistweaver. There's not a lot of like people doing the Mistweaver one, but also if the Mistweaver is like miles harder than a Holy Paladin, I'll probably just do a Holy Pally. I never really done the healer challenge ever, so I'll be definitely behind and like learning how to do it. I do want to take an attempt at it tonight and maybe do it over the week. I'm hoping maybe kill it tonight if I can pick it up real quickly, but I think I'm gonna have to get a couple attempts in there. And I'm sure they'll nerf the Mage Tower even a little. They already started nerfing some of the aspects of the fights. Like the Guardian Druid, I was able to do it before it's nerfed, but if you nerf it even just a hair, what is it, like a 10% health nerf or a 6% health nerf from the main boss, Cruel? That's gonna make the bear one easy. Because I feel like I was just squeaking out the win, but with that nerf, it's gonna be guaranteed. You won't see a fourth Annihilate unless you're not DPSing the boss. If they didn't bring up the old concepts, then I would have added entirely new ones. That would have been insane. It is a lot of work though to like make something, because a lot of the time that they make models for the game, like from the art team, the devs, I know a couple of people, like I talked to a couple of people that do like art for Blizzard or used to do art. Basically, like you have to create concept design, but some people are there just to draw concept design. But majority of the times you have to be able to come up with the idea and find a way to transpose it into the game with the models. You have to be able to find a way to create your art, create the model in game. So you have to know the visual tools to like be able to do that, and the experience to be able to do that efficiently and quickly. And that all takes time to get the drawing, to figure out the concept, and then find a way to transpose it into the game, right? Sometimes it's just the same person that does it. You would imagine there'd be like just a whole like factory of people just drawing stuff, and then you give it to the people that put it in the game. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes you need to be able to draw it and find a way to put it in the game, and that can take time. So that would have been a lot of man hours to like take away from 9.2 development in order to come up with like unique rewards for the Mage Tower. So I think the recolors, and those some of the better recolors too of the tier 20, some of the iconic sets, I think is a nice happy medium ground, right? It's a decent middle ground. Mikey, how are we doing with the groups? Do we have 10 man to split into 2 groups potentially? Maybe. I'd love to see the demo artifact skin. I need to look at Skull. Yeah. They're actually adding like a version of the Warlock skull floating thing as an offhand weapon in the new raid, by the way, 9.2. It's gonna be like a floating orb thing. It's pretty cool. But I'm glad that they're trying to like do that again, because that was the only time they've done something unique like that. It's like have someone float with you. It's only with the Demonology Warlock weapon. But they're going to be adding that as a like an offhand to float next to it. So that's going to be pretty cool, actually. I think it'll look wicked. It functions the exact same way, and I think it has like some animations of its own, but it's just a ball with like wings on the side, kind of curl upwards. Love the Mog. The red's so sinister. I love it. It is so good. Oh my god, it is so great. I'm really happy with the Mage Tower though so far. I've been enjoying it. I thought the Shadow Priest one was impossible, dude, and then I found out the trick to doing it. Like, you have the big guy in the middle, Ryaz, he just keeps blasting with shadow bolts once you kill Karam. But it's like, got 8? Yo, we got, 2 more, and we have 2 groups of 5. Boys, let's go. Okay, let's do a little more. Gotta go work. Like, brother, thanks so much, RM, for joining. Appreciate you. Well, we got 8 with Mikey. We just need 2 more in the Horde, and we're good to go for some 5v5 1v1 duels. We'll have to get just gonna split up, and I'll need to add whoever's the leader in the other team to real ID, but others were good. Eduardo, is it easy to get into PvP because I'm planning to turn back in the game? Yes, 915 offered a lot of PvP, a lot of catch-ups. For PvP, you just do PvP, just grind on honor and conquest. That's all you need. You will need to do conduits, but they're going to be adding a way to like just get conduits for like 200 items soonish in 915. We don't know when, but they're planning on it. But yes, there's enough catch-up benefits right now and catch-up mechanism in the game. If you're trying to get back into the game now would be a good time to do it. Wouldn't have said it 9-1, but in 915 definitely. Sylvana's time has come. Is she done or anything? Malik, I have no idea. I don't want to spoil it, and let's keep it spoiler free in the chat. But I think I know what you're talking about. I've seen the cinematics with Sylvanas and some of the story elements. I don't know. I think they're taking it in an interesting direction. I am interested to see where it's going to go in the future. We'll just have to see. But I think I have a good feeling about it. Let's just say that, without spoiling anything. Same, Affliction 1 is super annoying. He kept spawning endless amounts of trash. Yeah. So for Affliction, what you would probably want to do is you would want to focus on Karam, then max range the guy and put Corruption perma. And then just dot up the ads and then kite him around. You dot the ads, you run the AoE fear. When you drop in a rune, you run in, AoE fear the ads, go soak the rune, get the hell out, go back to dotting ads. And if you have enough Leech gear, you might be able to recuperate health after you take a couple Shadow Bolts and just keep a constant Corruption on him. You'll just take him out and he'll die eventually. And you just run in, AoE the ads near the ruin with the fear, just so they don't touch you. AoE, stay and soak the ruin, back the hell out. You can probably use the Warlock Port to get out of there quicker. Yeah, I think, Brandon, you might have a pretty easy time with it. I want to try it for Affliction. I want to get the Warlock set too. Destruction of Hurt is really easy, but I want to try it as Affy. I think Affy could be pretty easy. Because a lot of these challenges, like brute forcing him and playing into mechanics, might not be the way to go. Honestly, it might just be better, unless you have like really good gear. I think it might be better doing some cheesy strats. Because there are some strategies so like the classes can implement in order to have an easier time with these challenges. But I want to try it myself. And I think Affliction could be really easy. Because Karam shouldn't be a trouble for you at all. Like you put dots and you put Curse of Exhaustion on him the whole time and you'll be slowed forever. Permanently slowed. But I want to try the Destro, because I did the one for Beast Mastery. That one's a little hectic until the very end. What advice would you get from Marksman Hunter on Res Boss? I don't know how Marksman Hunters have to play Res Boss. I don't know if Res has a bigger range with Shadow Bolts. That one you might just have to nuke the boss, but I would have no idea. I have not tried that one. I've gotten the Beastmaster set, but not Marksman or Survival. I want to try them as well. I want to try them all. But I don't know what is the range. I guess the question is, what is the range of Shadow Bolts? Because if it's less than 40 yards, then you could outrange him and just keep pelting him. And you could use the knockback on the ads that are near the ruin. Walk up, knock him back, soak the ruin, back up, run the leech pet, and then you just kind of leech your health back up to full. Just DPS in the ads and DPS in the boss, while cutting the ads with Binding Shot and Tower Trap. And then AoE nuking the ads if you need to. I live for the challenge, that's why I never take the easy way out. That's why I was dead set on beating the Demon Challenge. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, Assassination has the same challenge as the Demonology, and I found Assassination pretty hard. I really had to push my DPS on that one, but as soon as I pushed my DPS and did my dance just fine with all the soaks, all the ads, and all the stuff you had to do there, yeah, it was awesome. I loved it. Do you have a guide for the BM Hunter boss? I do not know. I'll probably make a guide on like some of the strategies for every boss once I do all the challenges, because I have a strategist for the tanky one, I have strategies for the Agatha, I have strategies for Sigrun, Xylem, for like general challenges for classes. General strategies of like what I want to do CDs by. I don't want to do those as like a Havoc Demon Hunter, Survival Hunter, Frost DK, so I can really get an idea of how some other classes play. Agatha is easy. Just you either A with the ads or you focus down the boss depending on the class that you are. Fury Warrior, you focus the boss, only kill the Healy ads. So Outlaw, you focus the ads first, then the boss. And then it changes a little bit with Fire Mage, Elemental Shaman, and Feral Druid, and a Holy DK. So it all depends on the strategy. For tanks, killing the first boss is huge, but I don't want to see how it's done for the other tanks. And I want to see if it's possible to do it as other tanks at all. But if you can max out damage on the main boss, the more damage you do, the less Infernos you have to deal with, which makes the P2 part easier. Less Infernos to knock you around and do damage to you. Watching Peekaboo Dylan's last challenge was great. He was screaming. Dude, that one is a tough one. That one is your DPS check while you do all the mechanics. That one is so hard, but it's repetitive. Like, eventually you learn the mechanics and the timings. It really gets tough when the Rune Seer and the Berserker guy he's just zerking constantly, and the guy is getting a shield. So you're like dodging one dude while trying to DPS the other dude, while Sigrun is just going wink flappy thing, and you gotta blind her. It's tough. And tips for him for Beast Mastery, make yourself a key macro to target totem and cobra shot it. Make yourself a macro to stun the worm, target the worm and stun it with the intimidation. Whenever he does the roar, after you do the egg phase, he comes up and he will do the sonic scream. You can stun it, and then that will help you recover and not fall behind on health as badly. And make yourself a macro for target Tugar to interrupt them. And make sure whenever you interrupt his down, stay kind of near Tugar so you can always freeze and trap him. And then don't worry about spending too much focus. It's a long burner fight. Just focus on killing Tugar and focus on the worms every single time. And whenever he does whenever he isn't doing the egg phase, stay near-ish the worm. When he does the earthquake phase, try to stay in between of the eggs, so this way you can dodge the worm a little bit easier while standing next to Tugar. And keep pet heal at all times. That's all I did. And then save your lust at the end for the worm. And you could use, you could also, if you're having trouble and taking too much damage from the worm sonic thing, you could also, if you really want to do it, you could have a macro where you target the worm and you scare Beast to fear him. That'll be very important in the last part. You want to scare Beast him whenever he's using his roar. So you'll want to use scare Beast maybe like 3 times in a row because I think it DRs. And then you'll want to use pet stun. And then if you have the heal, or maybe turtle, you'll want to turtle it, wait until the DRs of Scare Beast are off, and then you can use Scare Beast so he doesn't do the roar, because that's going to hurt the most. But Scare Beast helps there a lot. And then at the end, it's just DPS on him, and that wasn't that difficult. Like, my DPS was awful that fight, and I still was able to kill him. So that one you can really kind of outlast to a certain extent, but you got to make sure your cooldowns are right. And make sure you bring Consumables. Consumables helps a little bit too. If you ever get hit by the worm while he's doing the AoE thing, or if you get hit by the spikes, that's going to put you in such low health, you're basically dead. So it's basically all about dodging and not getting hit by anything. There are some moments where you can recover if you have Acceleration on Turtle and get lucky, but not having an Auxiliary Turtle for the last part with the worm, that can be tough. That's all I got for you. I was scared beats, but I noticed they cast sometimes I can miss Intimidation, might be a shout. So I think it's a miss. I think it's DRs that has diminishing returns, so it no longer will fear him. Mikey, how are we doing with the groups? We have 2 groups of 10. We just need 2 more, right? If you guys want to join Team Mikey for 5V5 1v1s to see if we can get us as a 10-man group. Oh, they need the group kind of slimmed down a little. Unfortunate. On Demon, it's literally the most annoying ever because I have to do mechanics, break the shield, send my pet across the map at the same time to hide the Jarl and keep slowing him. Are you playing the tanky pet for that one, or are you using the Felguard pet? I wonder. Mind Angels and Step on Runes. Yeah, it's a lot going on. I'm afraid to do that one as Arcane Mage. I also gotta worry about Coil on Sigrun every time she casts freaking Blood or Father crap before she gets a cast. So annoying. Wait, do you just coil her and that's it? You just coil her and then you don't have to deal with it? I had to blind her, and I can't unblind her until blind is about like 30 seconds on her. So she's in blind for like 45 seconds or something. But I have to keep a blind on her for a while. I didn't know you could just coil her and just CC her like that. I think that's a little bit easier. Because when I have to blind her, I can't fan on ice to dot everybody. Because if I break it, that's it, I'm dead. Felguard, I have in order to keep caster's thing after the shield. Oh, okay. Yeah. Good thing he has the axe toss though. So like, he at least can heat it from far away. Yeah, I cannot wait to try that one out as a Warlock as well. Gonna try Arcane and Warlock. Hold it before she gets a cast off. If she got it, I fear twice. Oh, okay, so you can coil and she just will not cast. Okay. So as a Assassin Rogue, I can blind her before she gets a cast off, but if I break the blind, she'll like kind of continue the cast and she'll get the buff. So basically as a Assassin Rogue, I have to blind her and let blind sit majority of its time, because otherwise it's almost like the character, like she'll cast and she'll gain the buff, but if I blinded, it's almost like in the background she still gets the cast off and she still gets the buff, but she's just blinded and she's not doing anything. But if I break the blind, she'll like finish the cast whatever she was at, and then she'll get the wings, and then it'll just go through its full duration, and it just hurts. Working on it, it's all good, TM, and don't worry about it, my guy. It's all good if we can get a group together. We just get a second group on the Horde or Alliance to get some more 5v5s, and it'll be good to go. I was thinking Chupos will be here tonight, but it's okay. Maybe next week we'll do PTR. If they can add the Mage Tower one, then maybe next week we can do some PTR duels, have NA and the U boys play together. Don't worry about it if you can't get it. But yeah, we're still trying to get duels up and running, boys. We just had a second group for 5v5 duels. Mikey got 6 people in there, plus 1 extra on the Horde. So we can just get one more Horde or one more Alliance group with 5 players ready to go. We'll be good to go to make some 5v5 duels happen. Just need one more group and we can spam queue, boys. Question, how do you edit videos? I'm thinking of making an old school WoW PvP video. I use Sony Vegas 14, I want to say 15. Sony Vegas Pro, I think it's 14 or 15. There was one of them, it was like a sale on bundle. It's like a humble bundle. For 20 bucks you can get a bunch of different programs for like music editing, video editing, all that stuff. And I just got it. Like Drake Dog? Yeah. Yeah, so I got Sony Vegas through a humble bundle, and they had a bunch of different programs. One of them, Sony Vegas, which is like 600 bucks normally. I know that a lot of people like to just rip Sony Vegas, like a cracked version. Even though I'm gonna say as a personality, you shouldn't do that. Do what you will with it. You shouldn't. That's bad. Don't do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, if a humble bundle is doing like a deal, you could check them. I think Filmora. There was one more edit program that's apparently like really good. It's apparently like Hollywood quality, like real studio quality, and they decided to release it for free. No trial or nothing. Really, well, some parts of it are locked if you want to pay for the whole thing, but they decided to release the free version with majority of the tools unlocked. It's a lot more hands-on, and I tried messing with it. It is really difficult for me to figure out how I want to use it. So far I'm sticking with Sony Vegas for now, but there's another one. I forget what it's called. Is that your full setup? Oh my god. What? Wait. What the? Wait, you hit somebody for 137k in the arena? Huh? Wait, what the hell? What the? How'd you hit him that hard? I don't understand. I don't understand, Rev. What the hell, dude? What'd you do to him? Slapped a bear early in the brawl. How? Oh, in the brawl. Oh. The PTR brawl? Or this brawl? What is it this week? Temple Hot Mogo. Jesus. That boy. Was he with I guess he grabbed the orb, didn't he? And he probably picked up like the buff and just blasted him. Yo. That guy got deleted. He's gotta have to go recover his account now. I was supposed to do this the other follow carry team, so crazy. I'm close, but on main healer, so it's hard. Yo, TM, my guy. Yeah, I wish you the best of luck. DaVinci is always really good at your program. I think that's the one is DaVinci Resolve. I think that's the one that I was talking about. This is like the Hollywood one. That one is a little bit more hands-on. I have no idea how to work that whatsoever. Definitely gonna have to look up some YouTube guides, but DaVinci would probably be the best one that's high quality and it's free. I will look up into DaVinci Resolve. Or Sony Vegas if you can get it on Humble Bundle if they're still doing that. Like for 20 bucks, $600 program, that's pretty good. Worth every penny. It's pretty easy to work with too. At least I found it pretty easy to work with. But the Orban was sax loss. Oh no. That's huge. That's disgustingly good damn. Boys, we're still looking for a Horde or Alliance group for a 5v5 1v1. Wolfie has a 5-man ready to go. We just did a second group. And we should be good to go. Workflow is insane once you learn it. Workflow, really. I don't know what workflow is. But yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of those programs are probably better because they're professionally used. Once you get to know how to use them right, most likely. Dude, can we get a second group up and running? Boys. Ever since Chicago bailed out, man, it's been pretty hard to get it. Because I think we could maybe get alliance groups together, couldn't we? Did a +1 to make the group, and I'll add them on Real ID. If you guys want to make a group, and you're watching the stream, and you're alliance maybe, 5v5 1v1 duels, if you call it something like that, with maybe the name Dalaran in there. If you're alliance, I'll add you on Real ID, if you put a group together. If you got a 5-man, we'll 3 versus whatever 5-man that Mikey got. I only got 6, so it might have dropped one person, but we'll see. But Mikey, if you want to keep trying to put a horde group together, you're more than welcome to, my dude. Ecumenical alliance group sounds good, my guy. Sounds good. Wait, So you about out. I can try to reform a group. Chicago, if you want it, you can. But if you got allergies, don't worry about it at all, fam. Don't you worry about it whatsoever. I've been just sneezing in my nose. You're good, guy. You don't gotta worry about it. No. I'm just reminding you, boys, just try to get some duels up and running today. Get as many as we can done. Yeah, we just need a second one, dude. All we need is 2 5-man groups to get some duels up and running. But Chili may have 4. I can give him 1. Wait, Chili! Yo, if Chili has 4, yo, I gotta add Chili, dude. Yo, Chili, are you in chat? What's your real ID, my guy? Because I could add you if you want to make some groups in the future. Yeah, I'm down to add anybody who wants to make some groups up and running, boys. You want to join these duels on the regular, try to see if you can help us out with the groups. I would very much appreciate it. And Chili also did a lot of actually, Chili barely got to play last time we had him in. He got the Paladin in there, didn't he? I think it was Cubics or something along those lines. Kubiru, something along those lines. I think it was. Yo, how do I contact Chili? Chili, are you in the chat? If you are, Dalaran hashtag 1340, my dude. Let me know what your real ID. Maybe we can get a group up and running. I think next week we might try doing some PTR duels over for the NA duels, so we can have the NA boys join in with the EU boys, so we can have everybody play. Especially if they're adding the double legendaries next build, then definitely doing some EU duel, PTR duels next week. I think that'd be really fun. But thank you boys so much for hanging out. Thanks so much for being very, very patient as we try to get some duels together. Got some groups. 3 out of 5. Chicago. You don't have to do it, man. It's all good. I appreciate you for forming. If you guys are NA, if you guys are Alliance, and you want to join Chicago, hit them up in LFG. Look up for custom PvP. So hit them up with a player versus player tab, custom button. Find a group top number 5 in the chat answer, and you should see a 5-5 in the group for Chicago over on the Alliance. If any of the Alliance boys want to join in, Chicago's trying to put a 5-man team together. I appreciate you for doing Chicago. Yo, if you gotta bow out, you gotta maybe like make a 6-people group, pass someone lead, have them add me on real ID. If that's what you gotta do, hey, I appreciate you for joining. I really, really do. You got allergies. I don't want to stress you out or nothing. We need a +1 over on the Alliance boys so we can get some duels up and running. Yeah, next week I'm thinking if definitely I'm thinking towards BTR. I was hoping Chill Pills would be here tonight. I hit him up yesterday too. The other day I was like, yo, should we do some BTR duels? Should we do some live duels? And he was like, you know what? I don't really like my tiers that much. We should probably do live. I was like, alright, cool. I was kind of hoping Chill Pills would be here, but unfortunately, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get some Alliance boys in here. Ready to go. Plus also watch the Frozike play. Did you hear they are going to be changing the Frozike 2 set instead of the they're more supposed to give you a crit, which numerical is really good, but they're going to try to make it something more interesting that maybe plays into your 4-piece, where whenever you get a killing machine proc consumed, you fire off a Razor Ice in front of you, or Glacier Spike, not Glacier Spike, I think it was Razor Ice. Basically, it's going to provide a lot of extra frost damage and put up a debuff on the enemy, which might make the 2-hand build pretty good. Especially if you're going to be going for a bunch of obliterates, because it plays into an obliteration build. Chicago, my man, if you're not feeling good, yeah, it's all good, it's all good. No worries. No worries at all. I appreciate you. But if you guys are Alliance, we're looking for +1. Find them over in the player versus player tab, custom PvP, find group just top number 5 in the search and answer, and you're good to go. Looking for a +1 boys. Also, if you guys are watching the streams, if you guys are regular, and you're not part of the Discord, what are you doing? Head up the Discord, link down below in the description of the stream, boys. Maybe, should I stream tomorrow and do some more Mage Tower stuff? Tomorrow's my day off, but I'm thinking, actually no, maybe tomorrow might be a good idea to just decorate the Christmas tree. Because we have a Christmas tree that we got the other day, and we haven't decorated it at all. I think I put lights in this thing. I think it'd be kind of cool. I'll think about it. What? I have a question about Dark Edwards and PvP scenarios. Fireblood very useful? It can be. Depending on who you are versing. Andrews? Waiting for +1. We're good to go. Wait, Andrew's got a group. Yo, Andrew, my guy. Where have you been all evening? We needed you. Chicago to +5. Yo, Mikey, might have to slim your group. Oh, 8. Wait. Send some to Andrews. Send some to Andrew. 6. He got a group. Yo, we actually got some groups at the very... Yo, if we get groups, we'll stream for longer and we'll get some more duels in, boys. I have no qualms against that. Andrew is on Horde. Yo, Mikey, send some to Andrew because we got Chicago with a 5. Okay, someone left. Never mind. We're waiting. Hold on. Hold. Then you got an warrior. If make it either darker and war for human, I want to consider choice of racials a bit. I think human is standard, but dark iron can be great against dot classes like arrows and warlocks. So it really depends on what you want to counter better, but human is a good all-rounder. Alrighty. Send some more boys to Andrew. Chicago got a 4. Mikey, whenever you got a 5, let me know. Dalaran, your legend. What's up, Jay Everett? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're having a good one. Finally got some groups. Yo, I'm down to stream a little longer today, dude. I had my coffee. So we're chilling. Yo, Andrew, let me know when you got a 5. Mikey, let me know when you got a 5. In Chicago, let me know when you got a 5. And whoever's got a 5 first, we're gonna send you guys in. We're just gonna... If you guys got groups that want to spam queue, I'm down to go for a bunch. I'm down to go for like an extra hour if you guys just want to play it out. We keep playing as long as you guys want to play. How do you join these games and watch videos all the time? First time I've seen you live. Richard, my guy, how you doing? So to join the games is really easy. It's a community ran thing. If you're looking for groups on Alliance or Horde, player versus player, pre-made groups, custom PvP, right? Find a group and type number 5 at the top, enter. There'll be groups with 5v5 1v1 in the title tag on Alliance and Horde. Mikey got a 5-man on the Horde ready to go. Chicago's looking for 1 more on the Alliance. And Angela, I think, is looking for 1 more on the Horde. Our friend is logging 2 minutes maybe? Yeah, that's fine. I'm down to wait. But Horde is ready first. If Chicago is ready before you guys, we'll kill Chicago versus Mikey. But Mikey got a 5-man ready to go. But yeah, it's just joining. Or if you want to make a group yourself, you could easily do so. Just subscribe. What's up, Intelligent Wolf? Hey, living up to your name. Subscribing. That's an intelligent choice. I like it. But if you want to make a group yourself, since this is a community ran thing, it helps out a lot. Chicago, ready to go? All right, Andrew, we'll get you in as soon as Chicago and Mikey had their fill. But we got you on standby immediately as soon as that group is done. Player versus player, primo group, custom group. If you want to make one, you hit start group, and you call your group 5v5 1v1 Duels Dalaran, something along those lines, and you're good to go. It's that easy. You just gotta make a group because there's always boys hungry to join a group. You just need somebody to make one. You just need to be the leader. And then you join in and be like, all right, let's slash roll to find out who goes first, who goes last. And then you're playing. And just make sure you move around from time to time. Maybe keep the stream on in the background, but make sure your character is moving from time to time every few minutes, just so you don't get DC'd. Don't get put in as AFK in an arena. Because that'll be very unfortunate. 195, I want to say. I don't know if I saved the last one or not, but I'm gonna try it. Oh, we got variety today, dude. Let's go. Variety gamers over here, boys. Let's go. All right, switch. Got ourselves team 1 together with Farron as a demon hunter. Looks like a night fae, but honestly could be just a fluke. Got ourselves Scarla as a Beastmaster from Moonguard. Got Sensei as a Windwalker Speed, as well as Chicago as more than an enhancement shaman. But versus team 2, we got ourselves Delament as an enhanced shaman, so not even going for sticking to his name. We got Sonic Speed, cheering 4 drinks, or T4 drinks, Varang. Who rang for Varang and Wolfie? It looks like it's gonna be a Varang first. It looks like they're trying to figure out. It looks like Varang is gonna be first up as a survival hunter, playing out to the Crows build with Verlin, trying to see if they can get an opener, trying to go for the hunt around the corner. It's going to be able to land it with an I-beam. Varan goes for a feigned death, immuning a lot of that I-beam damage. Stun him to Farron. Get him so the death shock him, maxing out the damage. Huge explosions. Oh, I've seen a lot more hunters play the Necro legendary where the death shock applies that explosion effect. And a lot more of you guys are playing into the big burst. A lot of you just letting it stack up and then going with the same hit with flank and strike as the explosion go off. Gonna be Scarlet up next, taking a lot of damage. Gonna be a massive burst out of Rang. And Scarlet goes for defensive freezing trap. Might need to turtle shell out of here. Is gonna be the seed pod for the Night Fae. As they do get taken down, Varang just got so much savage damage on him. It looks like it's gonna be the Hunter down speed. Gonna be up next. As the first to go down fairly quickly versus Varang, trying to recuperate on health. Sapped by the Rogue. It's trying to find and see if we can get a better angle to approach him. Man, this shoulders look massive on a Hunter, by the way. Or on the Orc, rather. Varang with the freezing trap as the sheep trap comes out. He finds himself really low. Excellence available. Should hopefully get a Hunter's mark on the Rogue to keep track of him at all times so the Rogue doesn't resets. Should be able to find him setting in the pet. Camo is up. The Rogue shot steps to the pet. He's going to AoE him out in the open. That's going to be the dash chakram stacking up again. Does he have a stun to combo? Going to be speed with an evasion. The explosive shot does come through. Varang cannot max out the physical damage though with an evasion. And speed trying to keep the pressure on Varang. Kidney shot comes out. Does Varang have anything left to follow? It looks like he might maybe get to a turtle shell. Freezing trap. And last second trick and turtle is up. Varang does survive the onslaught by the Rogue. It is going to send the pet over there, keeping speed. In combat still, Hunter's Mark, Cloak of Shadows. Does break the Hunter's Mark though. Varang with a flare right in the ground. Emanating some toxic green fumes. Gonna be a turnaround. His flesh goes up, putting up some traps on his feet. In case things go bad, could maybe get himself a camo. The Rogue is next to him. Shadow steps into it, not on the freezing trap. Freezing trap drops down as the Rogue goes in to maybe land yet another Shadow Strike or Eviscerate. Gonna be Crows with a stun on the Rogue. Death Chakram. Could be lots of damage. Varang could be, speed could be in trouble. Huge damage. Oh my god, Varang! This guy is a pumper! Oh my goodness, Chicago! You better be careful. That Death Chakram burst he's got with Flank and Strike, that's deadly. What the? Huh? My goodness, Varang already getting some big damage with the Chicago, disengaging into the pillar. But that's not really slowing him down. The Frost Strike, though, is doing work. Sunder, maybe with a stun, goes for Feign Death. He's going to be Chicago dropping a stun totem next to him. The pet is going to get stunned. Varang, though, hitting him with a Hunter's Mark. Maybe Varang is running the conduit so you can reduce damage from Chicago by like 5% max. Chicago with a wall, trying to get up close and personal. Varang not doing all that good. Wind Fury, oh, with a Shade Harvest just coursing through the veins of the Hunter, of the pet, the undead pet, whatever veins that it could that no longer function. It just courses and sucks out all the life energy out of him. With Wolfie going to be up next, having a bit of a rematch with Chicago. Sunder Totem, or Sunder is down, but no stun totem to follow. Earth Elemental for Earth Ellie though. Varang. Oh, Rang for the Exterminator, man. He was just blasting these boys out of there. Actually crazy. Chicago looking to maybe get himself a little bit of survivability versus Wolfie. As it looks like Ghost Wolves have been used by both of them. Chicago and both Wolfie are playing the similar build with Ascendant, so most likely Wind Fury. Chicago hold on to their Ascendant, so is Wolfie. I think Chicago and Wolfie both might be able to go for Ascendance on one another immediately. Basically, like synchronize it. Synchronously? Is that the word? Is that even a word? Sunder onto Chicago, no stun totem to follow. Wolfie trying to land a stun totem around the corner. Chicago landing their stun, got Ascendance up and running. Chicago could be in trouble though. No wall available while Wolfie has a wall of his own. Wolfie is going to counter pressure with wall and trying to max up the damage. Is generating Maelstrom. I think he wants to go for a big chain harvest to recover. Is continuing to heal himself. Both the shamans are kind of low. Actually kind of okay on mana. Both are medium health. Wolfie's a little behind on health, but that could be turning around very quickly. Chicago is spending way more mana than Wolfie. But Wolfie's health, he's been very more conservative with it. Got himself a chain harvest where Chicago catch up a little bit of healing. Might have to spend even more mana. In really big trouble. Massive heal, just recovers completely. Literally just reset his health to full. And Chicago taking lots of pressure right now from that Ascendance. Wolfie only able to land one wind strike versus Chicago. Chicago with a quick stun versus Wolfie. Trinkets out of it, trying to max up the dam. Gonna be the stun totem to Wolfie. Chicago at barely any health, has the healing, has the mana, does not need the Maelstrom to empower the healing though. So it might be in a bit of trouble until the next big go. Has a trinket, but it's still very, very low on health. That's gonna be stunned by Wolfie, and that's gonna force a trinket out of Chicago really early on. Wolfie with Ghost Souls back up, could just go for Ghost Souls to generate himself lots of Maelstrom, but Wolfie is looking very, actually looks like Chicago's turning around. I was gonna say Wolfie's kind of safe, kind of doing fine, healthy, but his health just out of nowhere gets blasted by Chicago. And we drop down Wind Fury, trying to get into Matt Brock to Chicago. It's just walking by, getting super aggressive, just blasting Wolfie's health bar. And Wolfie having to turn that blue bar underneath his health bar, having to turn that small blue bar into the big blue bar that is his health. And this guy has gotten some massive crits of heal so far. Literally, I cannot believe he got a massive heal when he was so low, basically lay on hands. Chicago given opportunity while chasing Wolfie to at least hold on and conserve a bit of mana. Wolfie trying to stay in Ghost Wolf, trying to wolf it out of there to also conserve on mana. He got himself the big haze buff. Maybe could go with a big crit or versa buff from Naja. Looks like the stun totem does not quite connect. Did not have a Sunder on Chicago. Chicago interrupt him on Shadow. Gonna be the stun totem to follow. Does Chicago have the procs here? Wolfie has plenty of mana. Sunder to disrupt Chicago. Just trying to build himself some resources. Wolfie has the mana. But does he have the Maelstrom? Does he have the procs? Big Chain Harvest on the team. Ends up healing this team. Not really doing damage. And Wolfie does go down to Chicago. Could continue to just keep slamming Storm Strikes with Dalaran. Another enhancement shaman charging in. Fully beefed up and ready to go versus Chicago, who's a little bit behind on damage and a bit behind on health. Actually, no, not really. Well, mana, which gets his health in a way. 2 blue bars, basically. It's basically a second health bar, let's be honest. It just gets converted. Ascendance for Dalaran. Can Chicago deal with it? Sunder onto Dalaran. Trinkets out of it as Chicago hoofs it out of there. Walling this off. Dalaran tried to see if he can reach him with Sundering, but wasn't able to quite reach. And Dalaran Ascendance kind of going into the wind, as he just cannot catch up to Chicago. The Ghost was in the slows. There's only so much you can do. He can only just keep the same speed as Chicago. He can't really go faster unless he got sprint. And Chicago, I think, burned those sprint for his sprint. It's like a chess match. Earth Element joining the fight. I don't really know whose element it is, but Chicago got the Ascendance and Dalaran having to use all that mana as Chicago just blasted him. Massive Wind Fury strikes coming through, getting huge Human procs. Dalaran might be in trouble. He's running low on mana. He's still continuing to heal. Massive Chain Harvest to catch up a little bit on healing and does sunder Chicago for a moment. Chicago and both Dalaran have an elemental totem or earth elemental. Dalaran is still a little bit behind on mana and health. Stunned by Chicago. Big Chain Harvest. Dalaran needs a little bit of Maelstrom. Trying to catch up on heal. No interrupt from Chicago. Just decided not to risk it. Wants to make sure he has an interrupt whenever Dalaran puts himself out in the open. Wall by Telement. As he got himself a healing totem. Got himself the big haze ball from Nacha. Dropping down the stun totem for Chicago. Into a hex. Chicago is going to trinket out of it immediately. Dalaran might be in trouble. His wall is about to run out. Has a bit of mana to catch up on healing. Does recover a little bit. But now he's back on the struggle bus as Chicago is just continuing to just pound the axes or chop up the axes into the backside of Dalaran. He got mace of his own. Massive damage to Chicago with a lightning bolt. Does he have the mana? He does have the Maelstrom. No more mana. Kind of dry for a little bit. What was that heal? I think he's playing the surging heal, where once you surge and heal yourself, you get a second one later. But it looks like Chicago had the procs. He just continuing to put in pressure. T Forging is going to be up next. Popping up wings immediately stunned by Chicago to stun Forging. He's going to check it out of it. Trying to blast out the big hero versus Chicago. Chicago's super low in health. Wall is used here. Sunder onto Forging for a second. Chicago has nothing left. Drain of mana completely. Got himself wall. That's all he's got really. It looks like Forging is just going to maximize the damage to follow. With Sensei, last one over on Team 1. Looking to clean up the crew here with Forgings. Has Bubble, has Bob, has everything. Better be very careful with this BDB. Fist of Fury, Blessing of Protection, and Sensei rolls out of it before the Shield of Vengeance even pops. So Sensei was looking to back up out of there. So that was perfect. He was able to bait cooldowns on the Forgings and not take the damage from the Shield of Vengeance. Chicago's a legend. He is, dude. But look at the rest of these boys. These other guys played really well. Varang, dude. Who rang for Varang? This guy just blasted him. The bell tolls, man. The bell rings. Varang is the one that rings it. Tyrion Forging setting up a big old Seraphim. Might have to bubble out of here. Could be in trouble. Trying to kite Sensei. Could be a bubble right now. He got himself the healing. Clutching it at the last second. Sensei is able to force cooldown to the Forgings though. And it's going to go for a bit of a Vivify spam versus the Paladin. In cap, does he have the big leg sweep? Does he have a BDB? Could be in trouble. Tyrion better have someone here. Maybe head for him to walk out of there. Try to build up for Holy Power. Might want to go for self-kills. Wings are up. Hodge. Oh, sends a trinkets out of the Hodge just to make sure he gets the kill. He did not want to give the Paladin an opportunity to catch a reset at all. But since it burned off a trinket, going up versus speed. Karma can be used to counter some of the rogue damage. This is an assassin's rogue. Immediately Karma's as Flagellation and Vendetta comes out and hits him with a root. And Sonic Speed wants to max up the damage. Needs to land a full cannon shot on Sensei. Does get the bleeds up and running. Taking a lot of Karma damage with Cloak of Shadows though. That's going to be a trinket. Could go for evasion versus the BDB damage. Is going to evade last second. Sensei is kind of in trouble. That is still Vendetta rolling. Sonic Speed got evasion, so he's basically immune to Sensei's damage. The dots is still ticking, but looks like a lot of the poisons and bleeds are off him. He's going to get a Vanish Garrote, trying to max out damage. Oh, Sensei turns around into Sonic. He goes to speed in order to take him out. Well done, boys. Well done. Yo, Andre, you got a group, my guy? Let me get you in here. Or is that Andre or Alexi? Let me check real quick. I gotta make sure I get the name right. Andrew. Oh, it is Andrew. We got a 5. Yo, Andrew, let me know if you're ready. We'll throw you versus Mikey or Chicago. Probably versus Mikey. So let me know, my guy. Let me know. Real quickly, just message me ready. Just to make sure that this isn't an old message. Just to make sure. Thank you, yo. Thank you for joining Intelligence. We appreciate you, my guy. Dope like catching the next one. Sounds good, my dude. Sounds good, boyos. Actually, message him. Art. Just to make sure. Because Will Q versus. Yeah, awesome, awesome, awesome. We'll do Andrew 6 and Mikey. We'll get Andrew. Let's get Andrew a couple of games back to back versus maybe Chicago as well as Mikey. Switch him around. Anyone needs any? Yo, Chicago, Mikey, Andrew. Let me know. Let the boys know if you're looking for more on Alliance or Horde. 14k Rising Sun Kick. Yeah, that did hurt, didn't it? Damn. Yeah, monks do so much damage with those Rising Sun Kicks. Gotta go back to work now. Thank you, Jorgen, for joining. I appreciate you. Hopefully we'll see you around more duels in the future. Alrighty, got us a team. Andrew 6 with the Mage with Kira's faces. Oh, you got the boys in there, dude. Chilly in there. We got all the boys in here. Hell yeah. Andrew, I'm down to get a bunch of games to you. Bunch of cube for a bunch of games back to back. You wanna see you next time? Thanks so much, Jordan Norgan. We're doing these duels every Saturday. More than welcome to join us with Twitch. Got ourselves team 1 together with Andrew 6 as a Fire Mage. We got ourselves Droxnark in the back with faces. Looks like he's going to be first up as a rogue charging out. We got Cruz as a beautiful golden paladin, the new Mog, dude, the new set. The boots look kind of funky, but I think they'll always look that way though. And we got Chile in there as well. It looks like team 2 is missing one, but we're going to let it play out. Maybe they're still loading in. We got Delman in there. Forging's going to be first up. Vrang in the back. We got Wolfie. And Forging's going to have to verse the rogue. Sitting out in that consecration. Faces is going to be a subtlety. Open up with the Shadow Strike. Shadow Blades immediately with a cheap shot. Forges could be in trouble. If that's going to be big damage, that is a Kyrian Burst. As Forges finds himself kind of low. If Faces getting crits on that Kyrian Burst, he's going to be being such an advantage. Blind onto Forging. Seeing if he might be able to bait a trinket out of him. He does. Evasion up for Faces is going to hit a disarm on Forgings, as is going to be hammers flying. The Paladins don't really need a weapon in their hands in order to be able to do the damage. Get himself a Seraphim up and running. Faces going for the Kindle shot. Forgings could go for a Blessing Protection. Does he turn around with a stun? Cloak of Shadows for Faces. Does he hit a Hodge? If Forging's still holding onto a Hodge, he could still make some damage happen. Could lock the rogue down. Try to go for a port. Looks like he's going to hit him with a Hodge. Faces, do your trinket. That is no longer Seraphim, but Forgings, but still could do a lot of damage. Faces is just going to go for a quick sippy cup. Trying to be measured as a rogue. Kindle shot looking for that reset versus Forgings. Doesn't want to commit any cooldowns. Just looking for that reset, maybe get some healing. And Forgings is going to have to go for a bit of reset himself. This Mog is all over the place, man. He's got the boots, he's got the chest piece, shoulders, helm. All of it is everywhere, man. But I really don't mind it. Sap of Faces as he's looking for a full reset, looking to get some cooldowns back. Forging's picking up the eye. And just gonna hug it in that corner with a consecration, but he knows he needs to find the rogue. Does know he needs to be looking for him. Faces does get caught out in the open, still landing a cheap shot thanks to Subterfuge. Could potentially be a bubble out of Forging. Satchel Leviticus coming back very, very soon. Does he hold on to it until then? Got him some Word of Glory to make sure he's kept up and totaled up. Into a stun to Faces, has a trinket. Venus for Forgings on full wings. Faces uses trinket as he sees the burst come out of Forgings with a vanish before the Paladin can get him out. And the Paladin, if only he went for a consecration, picking up the eyes really early. Should be able to see Faces is going to be in the smoke bomb. Only if you want to do, if only he will look to the left slightly, he might have been able to find the rogue, because the smoke bomb does create a lot of eye-catching scenario there. There's a full, bomb of smoke. But I think he was looking to the right, seeing that the rogue's maybe behind the pillar. Didn't look to the left where the rogue was literally right next to him. The Chiron is going to have to go for a reset. Wings are down, and the rogue should be able to get himself a good old go. Evasion coming back up. Cloak of Shadows sometime soon. The Forging's got bubbles, so Faces still has to burn through that one big defensive. One big immunity. This Forging just straight up chilling in the consecration. Any eyes up? Actually, both the eyes are down, huh? And it looks like Faces is going to be recuperating completely for all his cooldowns. Going to be a longer duel into dampening, most likely. I wonder if Forgings is running, I wonder if he's running Crusader, so you can get random procs of Hodges, or random procs of Wings. Stun into Faces, trying to max out damage. Wake of Ashtavala, got him to Seraphim. Could be lots of damage. Shield of Vengeance up and running with hammers flying. I think it was a proc of hammers too. Blood into Forgings, what did he trinket? He must have trinketed a stun earlier. So Faces gives himself an easy reset. Doesn't really have to deal with a Shield of Vengeance unless he wants to get a melee and Cloak of Shadows it. He's just gotta wait it. Let the ball pop by itself. Going for full resets. Yeah, Shadow Blades and everything. Forgings might have to bubble this. That is full burst out of Rogue. You might just want to bubble it while your health isn't super low. As he's trying to max out the damage onto the Rogue. At least use the Rogue to kind of, as a pinata, to at least build some holy power in order to make sure he is topped off and healed up to full. Forgings got Wings and everything. Hodge into Faces is going to pop Wings. Faces, does he just trinket it? He doesn't. He chooses not to trinket, instead destroy him in Forgings, but he's still got the big hammers flying. If he has the resource, he might still continue doing it. Got the hammers flying, continue to make damage happen. And get a shot onto the Paladin. His super low health, so his Faces though. Forgings' health is just plummeting right now as Rogue is just going through his full burst. It looks like the Rogue played it very, very aggressively and was able to take him out. Vrang gonna be next up as a survival hunter. Is gonna have to look for Faces. Faces is super low in health, has Cloak, has Vanish, but without evasion, if he gets a hunter mark on him, it could be really bad. Gets an opener onto Rang with a kindred shot to follow. As Rang goes for the pet sack. Faces better be very, very careful. Cloak of Shadows might want to be used here before the explosion goes off, because that could be a lot of damage stun, and Faces trinkets and a kill shot, taking him out. Oh my goodness. Throwing down a trap onto Drox. It looks like Drox was caught out. He tried to make sure that the Feral doesn't get the proper opener. This is allowed for the duels. Feral is trying to go out the open, and Rang trying to get himself an advantage. Fear onto Drox. It looks like Rang got himself a full flash cup with a medic, better just remove the bleeds. Tossing out grenades versus Drox. And backing up out of there. He got himself the big bear form. Love it. I'm surprised I didn't see the Feral bear form, but either way, it looks good. As Rang continuing just to harangue him with grenades, continuing to hit him with them eagles. As Rang getting kind of low, Maim could trick it out of it. Shackles a malediction of Drox. That's going to be turtle for Rang. Might have to go for a bit of a reset. Maybe a freezing trap on a Drox is going to go for a bit of a medic bandage, but looks like those break. Is there a Moonfire on Varang? There might be. Maybe that's what's breaking a CC. Into a quick fear onto Drox as he's having to run out of there. It looks like the fear is going to break with the pet attacks. It looks like he's going to shift out of last second, knocking down Rang with a high mounted racial. Quick maim onto Rang as Drox trying to get the bleeds back up onto Rang. Quick feign death for a second. Got himself the chakram rolling. Maybe a stun to follow. Could be huge damage. Shrink it out of Drox as he goes in for a full wall of Rang. Use all his bursts possible. With Shackles and Malediction of Drox trying to deny him any kind of healing. Quick bear rolled by Drox. And Drox is super healthy while Rang is really, really low. As the Feral was able to take down the survival hunter. That was a rough one. I feel like maybe if Rang was able to somehow prolong this duel a little bit further, maybe he could have gotten another fresh scarf versus the kitty cat. That could have maybe helped him a little bit. But besides that, I think he played as best as he could. Dude, that combo of explosive shot together with a flank strike with a stun is so deadly. Wolfie popping off full ascendance, ascending in front of Drox, but Drox goes for a quick maim and trying to go for a bit of a reset in bear form, trying to catch up on healing with Friends of Regen. While Wolfie trying to walk up to him. He got a lot of procs, he got a lot of damage behind that Ascendance, but it's just unable to get the auto attacks and the procs. It really just, it's kind of a bursty ability Ascendance, but it kind of has a bit of sustained element to it. Because you want to get the auto attacks, you want to get a bunch of wind strikes back to back. I'm hoping for those wind strike procs, but if somebody's line of sight the whole time, it's only 15 seconds of a buff. And if any of that seconds goes to waste, it could be pretty rough for you to recover. And Wolfie's down on offensive cooldowns for a little bit. Drox can play the long game. He can go for sustained damage and just sustain healing versus the Shaman. Wolfie has wall. He has a lot of mana to work with here as well as he's continuing to get Maelstrom. And Drox found himself kind of low. Maybe Wolfie's getting the procs he needs. There's going to be Friends in Regen by the Druid. Looking for that recovery. As Wolfie having to use wall and it's kind of running low on mana. kind of turning around to be in a favorable situation as Drox lands a maim, setting up even more bleeds onto the shaman, and continuing to land bites back to back. Wolfie getting hit with a roar really quickly. Not a lot of health left. I think Drox is going to be able to melt him down over time. Elemental is up next, trying to get a frost shock on the kitty, making sure the cat does not get a proper reset. The Earth Elemental is also going to deny any kind of resets. Droxo is playing Incarnation, so he could go for a Prowl, and does get himself a Prowl reset stun onto Elemental. Playing Prowl is an interesting choice. I wonder what legendary he's using then. Going to be a quick Sunder onto Drox. He goes himself for a Frenzy Region Barkskin. Starting to use as many UCDs as he can just to tank up the damage. Quick roll into Elemental. They're still holding on to a Trinket. Trying to max out the Asetas as Drox. Drox is using the line of sight around the Tombstone just to create the smallest bits of line of sight. Trying to get interrupted on nature. Going to be a Shackles by Delement. Has no way to break it. Drox could be in trouble. Trying to go for a heal. Fleshcat could be interrupted. He does get interrupted. Drox could be in a terrible situation. Fleshcat is giving him a little bit of absorb that Elemental is going to have to burn through, which allowed the necrotics to build up for Shackles, but wasn't enough to really put him under pressure. Delement, though, eating those Shackles to the face. Sunder to break the chain, but his health is super low. Trying to go for a bit of a heal. Not enough Maelstrom to really top himself off fully. I think Drox is going to end up taking him out as a Necro Kitty. He's just trying to stay in. Drox got a lot of defenses bare for him just to make sure he's healthy, because Delement could get a bunch of procs and make it difficult for him. Thorns is up. Delement might have to burn the mana just to take off the Thorns. Trinket out of Drox. Trinket out of Delement. Both of them are super low. Delement catching up on healing out of nowhere. Using whatever bits of mana he had just to top himself almost off. Drox taking a lot of damage. Could be a wall here. Popping a wall. Bardskin wild and bare for him. And a quick roar just as you see Delement for just a moment. But he's looking for the full reset. Big bite on Delement. Wants to make sure this bleeds on him. Sunder by Delement. Does he have a stun storm to follow? Drox back into bear form, back to trying to frenzy the region, heal it. Going to be a big chain harvest for Delement. Did not get the full Maelstrom version, but looks like the shaman might end up taking the Feral out. The Feral's recovering, looks like the Feral's dots, ended up taking down Delement. I am so surprised. That was such a clutch duel between the two. At the very end, it really came down to who gets the procs, who gets the crits. Man, that was rough. Alright, boys, let's get another one up and running, yeah? Let's get Andrew's team back in there. Hey, Chicago, you got a team? Mikey, you got a 5? Whoever's got a 5, we'll put Andrew versus them. We'll get as many duels as we can, boys. I'm down to play. I'm down to keep watching, keep commentating. Does the players have colored circles underneath their feet showing they're facing? It does in the spectator mode. It should, if you look closely. Normally, it doesn't unless you enable it, I think, in the UI. Ready? Andrew's ready. We got Mikey. Do we got Chicago? Anybody to throw against them? Need one more. Mikey just did a +1. He's good to go. Mikey looking for one more horde, boys. And then we're ready. Hey, everyone. I hope everyone's night is good. What's up, Blue-Eyed Wanderer? How you doing, my guy? Almost as good as a Blue-Eyes White Dragon, but hey. Not quite a Yu-Gi-Oh card, dude. You know what I mean? Karibo, dude. That's my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card. Actually, what is the most busted Yu-Gi-Oh card while we're on topic? Swords Revealing Light? Or... Because I know that the Jar of Greed, Pot of Greed has been banned. What card is not banned that's OP? Swords, right? What's up, Dalbin? What's up, Danny? How you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good one. It's training to see. What's up, Roberto? How you doing, my guy? That's where it comes from. Hell yeah, dude. Yo. How's that Dalaran wanted to recreate my UI always? How is that Dalaran? I always want to recreate it in my UI always. Wait, what? Does player have colored circles underneath? Want to recreate in UI? I have no idea how to make it recreate it in UI though. I have no idea how to recreate it. I don't know what setting it would be. So like always show like where the player's facing under the bar. Oh my god, that's a really blue Nightborn. Oh, you are really blue. I didn't realize you could be that blue. But you see how it has like a little nipple at the front where like shows what they're facing? I don't know how to have that constantly showing up. Let me see. Interface display maybe? Raid self highlights. You could do raid self. You could do your highlight. But I don't think you could highlight others constantly. Man. We need one more on Team Mikey, boys. One more on Team Horde. And it'll be good to go. You go crazy these days? Yeah, I haven't even kept up, dude. I don't even know what the rules are. I remember they were doing something with like some racing kind of stuff where they're racing in circles while dueling each other. And that's where, like, when I first saw that, I checked out, dude. I checked out completely. I have no idea what they do nowadays. The rules are probably so insane. It's probably so much to get back into it. So much. But imagine a lot of games are like that, right? They just keep building on top of building and building and building. Yeah, that's crazy. Man, that's a low skill cap but hard in PvP. Low skill cap but hit hard in PvP. I would say Warrior's a pretty good starter. I'd say, would you guys say Monk is a low skill cap? Monk's in chat. Be honest, would you say that's a low skill cap? I'd say Pharaoh is pretty easy to get into. There's a bit of a skill cap too, but not super high up there. Rogue is a pretty big skill cap, I'd say. Generally. I want to say not that much, but then the resource management is a little bit more than some of the other classes. David Davis, can we get a hashtag David Davis in chat? Thank you so much for continuing a membership, my dude. Thank you for becoming a member for how many months now? Months over? Doesn't show up. Yo, hashtag David Davis, boys, for continuing membership on the channel. Thank you for the support, my guy. Appreciate you, my dude. I think the cheers rules. MTG is looking better nowadays. Yeah, for real. Because MTG is like same old. But like slight card changes that can give you different interesting plays. But like the rules have changed. Yeah, the rules are more or less the same. So at least you remember it more or less. Turbo Duels. Was it fun? Was it actually good? Yeah, I did not. I couldn't wrap my head around Turbo Duels. I checked out completely. But maybe I should have like stuck around with it. Because maybe it was really good. Right, maybe it was really good, because I have one person saying, yeah, I'm not a fan. The other says, it was actually really fun. Hey, that's awesome. Duel is going to be so hyped to go out and Warrior enhance the show for PvP. Yo, Marcel, Showman's looking so good in the next patch, by the way. So good. Oh my god. For PvE, but also PvP. This conduit buzz they're getting are dope. You got to be going for big chain harvest. Dude, baseline, you can only do like 4.5% more damage chain harvest. You got to be able to 12% maximum conduits. Timo Donald left. Oh, it's all good, Mike. It's Chicago. Do we have a second group? I think the Monk's pretty far skill cap right now. Humans like Bugs will play a hit and run strat, usually get gobbled. Yeah, so Monks I guess would have a bit of a skill cap with a hit and run strat. You gotta know how to move. 4 out of 5. Yo, Chicago needs a +1 on alliance. We're good to go, boys. Yeah, anybody on Team Mikey, if you got an alliance all that wants to join Chicago, you guys are more than welcome to. Bordeaux took a minute to figure out how to get into, but I figured out it's super fun. I loved it. Hell yeah, I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. It's for someone who actually played. Depends on the rating you're playing in, but Monk and low rating is pretty easy. That's a fair point. Alright, Chicago versus Andrews. We get you guys in. Alrighty, Andrews and Chicago. Yo, Team Chicago, if you guys want to just keep queuing back to back, you're more than welcome to. I'll play as many games as you guys want to. I won't quit until you guys quit. I gotta get food, but I won't quit. Hell yeah. There's a song in the background. I can link you the mixes we listen to for the duels, boss. I try to update it whenever I can. Whenever I get some good tunes on NCS. Or else. Usually NCS. No way! Boys! We got a celebrity here. Oh my goodness. Is that the same guy? Is that the same boy? Is that the same mans? Yo, no way. Which? Is this who I think this is? Is this my boy Wild Imp? Oh, hey there, beautiful. How you doing? I think it is. My man's got them different shoulder pieces on one side or the other. It's got this like light and dark. Look at this guy. Wild Imp, the boys. Oh my goodness, I missed ya. Thanks for joining the duels. Hope you're having a good one. On the Team Chicago, we also got ourselves You Suck with Reverence, as well as Deadly Shadow. Oh, I like that beard and the glasses there. I like it. Looks like Curse is going to be first up. Looks like he's going to be versing against, is it Wild Imp? One of the pets is attacking. Looks like one of the pets is attacking, but we're not sure exactly. Is it Reverence fighting him? It is Reverence fighting him, but it looks of it. It looks like Reverence is playing. Are you Nightborn? Human. Oh yeah, you're in your alt. We got us Kuros over on team 1. We got Faces in the back as well. We got ourselves but Chili as a fellow bear. We got Drox and Andrews. And looks like Kuros is going to be charging at Reverence, trying to see if Hand of Freedom will keep him moving. into a stun on Reverence, but exchanges with a mortal coil. Wings are up for Curious, trying to blast up damage. Big Kyrian hammers flying Reverence as he's mounting up on the pony, trying to see if he can reconnect, close that gap, but Reverence hides behind the pillar. Curious taking a lot of that momentum, a lot of the damage into the pet instead. Gonna be a fear out of Reverence. Curious just uses a blessing of protection, which makes him immune to physical damage, but not immune to mage casts. So Reverence just going to CC him with fears, going to keep him in place for a second, summoning up Vile Fiends, and that's going to be more Shadow Bolts flying. Curious backing up so you can generate some resources off of that Felguard. Is that a primary Felguard? I think it was the main Felguard, isn't it? As Reverence is going to pull that pet back a bit, Curious is continuing to blast these pets, generate holy power just to maintain himself with Word of Glory. As Reverence sneaking around the corner, I think he had some of the Doom, sending in Demon Doggers in. Curious with a Hand of Freedom might give him enough opportunity to close the gap. Reverence is going to go for the Soul Shape, stunned as he lays flat, but that's going to be stunned back to Curious. Those stuns for stun, and Reverence might be able to escape the pressure out of the Paladin. The hammers proc, I think, did fly. That's going to be Demon Bolts flying for Reverence to follow. Is Reverence still playing the same build, the same legendary? Oh, he's Soul Rot, so he can't be playing the same Lego. So I wonder what build he's playing. Maybe he's playing the playstyle where he empowers the pet, and I think he does. Whenever he does damage or the pet does damage, they empower each other's damage. So which I think is a more standard Demonology Warlock build. Curious continuing to blast these pets, hitting them with Crusader strikes. Might even look up to get a fear on one of these pets, but he's trying to make sure that he's sustained behind the pillar. As soon as he sees the Felguard kind of low, he wants to see if he can close the gap with Reverence. But as soon as he sees the Warlock jump back, he's going to back up behind the pillar as well. He wants to make sure he is safe and careful. At some point, Curious is going to just have to commit damage, and Reverence is just going to maybe have to play the long game, wait until Curious charges out, and then once he commits all the damage, commits the pressure, try to see if he might be able to turn it around on him. Curious shrinking out of the Mortal Coil, trying to go for a War Stomp, but that's going to be port for Reverence, shrinking it in between. He decided to shrink it before the War Stomp went off. And go for a port, stunning Curious out in the open, might be able to go for the full Tyrant setup, has himself the Fel Lord available in case he wants to use it. Curious just continuing to walk at Reverence and is behind the pillar, next to the pillar, but actually walks away from the pillar. Reverence could be in a good spot as Curious out in the open, Curious with a Hand of Freedom. Can at least move and maybe land a rebuke, landing a rebuke on that Fear of Reverence, eating a Hellstone, trying to maintain themselves in this setup. That's going to be Fear onto Curious with a slow to follow, trying to go for a big Soul Rod, drain life, just looking for the bit of that recovery. Has not used the Tyrant at all. He wants to put... Curious is actually really low in health. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize Curious was that low. Trying to use Stern Evil onto the main Felguard pet, but unable to. Demon Dog is behind the pillar. Curious at least has someone to build Holy Power off of. Not letting Reverence get his Shadow Bolts, and that's going to be Braun joining into the fight. Reverence maintaining the pets as best as possible. Curious with a Hand of Freedom. Trying to see if he might be able to close the distance. Reverence got this low with a Hand of Hindrance. Is going to exchange the Mortal Coil for the Hodge. Has been really clean with those Hodge Mortal Coils though. Expecting the Hodge out of Curious every single time. Curious landing that hammer proc is next to the pillar, but does he go to the pillar? Looks like he's going to try to create some line of sight. Reverence is going to get himself in a position where Curious cannot get any LOS whatsoever. And could go for the wall with a Tyrant setup. Summoning a dual Fel Lord. The Fel Lord could get a knockdown to Curious, trying to bait Curious into the Fel Lord. But he's unable to summon to Curious. Might be able to go for a Tyrant. There goes the Tyrant. Curious could potentially bubble out of this. There's going to be a bubble. Walking into the Fel Lord and all the demons. Reverence got mobility to get himself out of there. Could wall this damage off. Hodge might need to wall this right now. It is going to wall the Curious has bubble for a bit. Tyrant is going to keep blasting into Shield of Vengeance. War Stomp onto the Warlock for a second. Ports out of there. Still holding onto the Shield of Vengeance. Mortal Coil just to keep Reverence healed. As he got himself that drain life for a quick moment. Reverence Legendary is continuing to flare out, buffing him and buffing the pet constantly. And Curious gets out of the fear. Looks like the Paladin is no longer going to hide behind the pillar. Is out in the open, is getting slowed. The fear could give him the opportunity to reset. Decides against it. Actually, looks like Mopeds is going to back up out of there. Doesn't want to fight him in the open. That's going to be Demon Doggos. That's going to be a Vile Fiend. It's going to be a main pet with a Felguard. That's a lot of pressure just for free for Curious, where Reverence doesn't even have to touch him. So they're having a bit of a back and forth. Wings are up for the Paladin. Reverence doesn't have mobility to get the hell out of there. I think Reverence could be done and done right now. Does teleport the last second. Mortal Coil just to kill himself off live. Maybe a fear. It looks like line of sight from Mortal Coil is going to run him in a weird direction. Stun onto Curious. And Reverence looking for the drain life. And looks like he's able to maintain himself just a little bit longer. Next interrupt could be really bad. Curious looking to hold rebuke until the last second and does get a slam down the hammer. Down onto Reverence. That was a really nice back and forth between the two. Curious though, having the line of sight to land a quick reset, he's doing really, really well. Ursak You suck. This is going to be up next. I want to call him Ursock for a second, but he's going to be up next as a subtle churro. Good as well. Purple dagger, purple blades is going to be that Kyrian burst. Kuros has. Oh, there goes the tanky legendary. Doesn't survive it though. It looks like he decided to live it. No blessing of protection versus the rogue. And the shield of it is keeping him alive. This man is actually blasting this rogue out. Interesting in the range, just a couple of globals. And the rogue isn't feeling all that healthy. Kiro just let that tanky legendary keep him alive. He just trusted it. As Ursock is going to try to see if he can blast the shield of it. It's going to be a blessing of protection out of Kuros. Better use it early. Ursock might need to trinket out of this. Cheap shot into Kuros with the Kyrian war step by Kuros. Looking to slam down the top of Verde, but not enough to kill Ursock. As the rogue goes for a vanish reset with a first aid. Actually able to catch himself on a stealthy first aid through a vanish. And Kuros recovering a lot of health. Rick Oldham must have hard too. I know, it is so rough though. The line of sight with this arena helps him out a lot, Rev. It helps him out a ton. You did really well, honestly. That was just, there's only so much you can do. At that point, I kind of hoping that Tyrant crits a lot, you know? That's all you can really do. Stun onto Yusa, Kuros, building up the resources. He's playing this defensive or offensive. It looks like he's looking for the recovery. He's trying to set himself up for the next challenger. After Yusa, the rogue is from blind, but Braun is here, dude. Braun Cena to save the day. Can he get next to Yusak to keep him in combat? He can! Oh, Yusak unable to catch a reset. Can the shot onto Kuros. Braun is trying to apply healing. Dude, Braun is the homie. Look at him. Action just blasted. Kuros has some huge wings. Does he have himself a hodge? It looks like a cloak. No, not a cloak of shadows. It looked like cloak of shadows for Yusak. Kuros letting that word of glory from the legendary heal him up to full. Is going to get real wings up and running this time. Looking to catch up with the rogue. Hand of hindrance. Doesn't work. Have any outs. Hodge. I don't think Kuros is going to end up slamming him out of the park. Kuros just blasting these boys as a paladin. Showing us how it's done as a Kyrian. Deathly Shadow's up next with a Blade Storm. Massive damage on Kuros though. Deathly Shadow's not looking all that good. Has to pop in Rage Regen really early. Knockdown into Kuros. Might be able to max out the damage. Oh! Kuros with that hammer prog though. Not much you can do about it. And Wild Imp, the man, the myth, the legend, is going to be up next. Wild Imp, or if you guys remember him from the older duels of BFA, also known as One. The one and only. The boy. Kuros is seeing all the pets. That's a Tyrant and everything. Gonna be that Necrolord setup. Kuros is gonna get blasted by it. The Tyrant is right next to him, trying to land aside the Tyrant as best he can. So he's doing a good job. As Wild Imp is gonna get more Wild Imps in there. I remember making so many jokes with Wild Imp name. Wild Imp summoning Wild Simps. Because all these pets are doing your bidding. They're basically Simps, right? Basically. Stun onto Wild Imp. Trinkets out of it. Going to be a slow into Kuros. Kuros looking to back up out behind the pillar. Wild Imp blasts him with the Demon Bolt. He has the empowered Demon Bolts from the legendary. Kuros is going to Wake Up Ashes, stunning all his pets, but mostly using Wake Up Ashes just to give himself more health. Using a Battle Master Trinket just to give him more health. Trinkets as Wild Imp closes the gap. Works up for a second as Wild Imp drops down the obelisk. Kuros is going to stand behind the pillar, but the pets are all empowered by the obelisk back there. So Kuros, and he has to actually take down the obelisk. It's a little totem thing. It has the health of a totem. Those pets are actually going to do a bit of work since Kuros likes to stand behind the pillar. Stun into Wild Imp. It is the art from the War Stomp. Has himself. Dark Pact is going to get rebuked. I think on the... I'm not sure what he's going to rebuked on. But it's maybe a Demon Bolt. Going to be Kuros kind of not fully topped up. Massive Demon Bolts flying to follow Wild Imp. Just got big blast of damage. Is going to Flesh Cut. Forcing the Paladin to come close. Stunning him out in the open. Getting him some full Flesh Cut. The Paladin's in trouble. Bubble right now. It has to go for big healing. Going to be the Wild Imp porting out of there. And just jumping down with a bit of Flesh Cut left over. Has himself Tyrant, has himself Wall. Is going to be a big port. Hand of Freedom for the Pala. Hodge to Wild Imp. Going to be that Wall. Is that enough to survive it here? Kuros could take him out. Going to be that Obelisk down, so he's going to get fast cast. Is going to go for the Tyrant. While Kuros is kind of lowish. With Drain Life, Kuros out in the open. The Tyrant can be blasting him out. Wings are up for Kuros. Going to get a lot of healing. Going to be Ophir onto Kuros and continue to let the pets attack him. The Tyrant continues to blast behind him. Stun into Kuros. Demon Bolt's flying. Hand to go down. Is this going to be enough? He's just surrounded by all the demons. Decimate Bolt for probably the biggest Demon Bolt's follow. Kuros is getting blasted. Flash of Light. Looks like it's going to be full healing. As Wild Imp is going to get more pet summons. Trying to see if he can port next to Kuros. Trying to get a Shadow Bolt. Does not have Demon Bolts for a while. Hitting him with a Drain. Braun heading back behind the pillar with Kuros. Trying to provide the healing that he can. Trying to fight off the demons behind the pillar. As Wild Imp is going to resummon himself a full new pet. Has the Braun to at least generate resources off of. That's going to be Fear on Braun, stun to Kuros, controlling both Braun and the Paladin. Got himself the Obelisk down in order to get a little bit more healing. Nice Mortal Coil for the Hodge. It's going to be Fear on Kuros. Got himself Fast Cast on a Drain Life to catch up on a little bit of health while he's got the mana. And Curious is forced to reset behind the pillar, but he doesn't want to stay back there long. Does he have the hand of freedom? Throwing out the hammer, it is reflecting on the imps. That is a lot of resources generated. As Wild Imp is looking for himself for a better setup, got himself the board away. Decimal flying, and Curious, he's backing up out of there. Doesn't want to get hit by Demon Bolts. Gonna be stunned around the corner. Shrink inside of him just to make sure he's safe. Force the Shrink out of him really quickly. Wild Imp got that Dark back, maybe a Flesh Cut up soon. And Curious is gonna have to close the gap. Gonna be another gateway set up for Wild Imp. As he set himself up a little bit of a different positional here. But also Curious, if he's careful, he could maybe utilize these gateways to know exactly where Wild Imp is gonna go. Dropping down Obelisk. Curious looks like he's going to be walking up. The Felguard does get slain, or tries to summon a new one at least. Tyrant is up. While them going for Hand to go down. Double Hand to go down with a Drain Life. With a stun around the corner. Blessing of Protection to get out of that stun. And Wild Imp has a Tyrant back there, but the Tyrant is not going to go over to reach. Flash cut out for the Warlock. Curious with the Shield of Vengeance just trying to tank all this up. He used the Shield of Vengeance maybe a little bit early. It was an empowered Tyrant. It was to, all the pets empowered behind the pillar, but I think that might have been a little too early. Wound up looking to himself for a bit of Cutting Spear versus Curious. Might have to trick it out of this. Actually, there's nothing left. No Dark back. Gonna be a massive hammers. Curious with wings. Gonna be that stun. No trick out of it. Wild Imp porting away. Barely has any health. Dark back coming off very, very soon. He just needs to create some line of sight and wait it up. Setting up a portal behind the box and setting up a gateway in case he needs to get out. And that's going to be a second Felguard joining in while he's trying to resummon a new one. And that Felguard actually interrupting Curious unholy. Curious without any defenses anymore. No offenses. Mortal Coil gonna send at him. Decimate bolted low. Hand go down to follow. Let's see if the big blaster damage. He needs the Demon Bolts right now. Curious trying to walk away. Wake of Ashes. Wild Imp just sees the line inside of Curious into a big good spot. Trying to go for a port. Trying to rush to him into a stun. He just needs those Demon Bolts. As Wild Imp has no health though. He's up no health whatsoever. Curious pokes out. Demon Bolt 1. Does he get more Demon Bolts? Second Demon Bolt gets him low. It's going to be Curious with a wall. It's going to be stunned to Wild Imp. Has the wall for it. Who lives? Who dies here? Curious trying to heal himself. Could just go for damage. Stunned to Wild Imp again. Big board. Curious is still super low. Shield of Vengeance keeping him alive. Going to be a Tyrant available if Wild Imp wants to use it. Does he have anything at all? Hammers flying. I think it's over. Oh my goodness. Curious just continuing to blast these boys. That is so much onslaught of damage from these Warlocks. Gonna be the light, the lasso out of the Elemental Shaman Chicago as they're trying to get a Stormkeeper. Can Curious somehow survive this and beat up Chicago? Can he do it? Because if he can beat out Chicago in this duel, this man has been just playing it as well as he can. Lots of line of sight, lots of resets, and getting very, very close to dead. Looks like he's out in the open with a bubble. Is gonna go for Flash of Lights to get himself a full redo. And Chicago is playing up the Kyrian. Trying to maybe max out the damage with the Kyrian Lego or Kyrian Totem. I don't know if they're playing the Lego or not. Curious Paladin video incoming? Likely. Sunder, Skyfear Totem is up. Curious is going to eliminate it. The Elemental, Lightning Elemental is up too. Does Lightning Elemental really do a lot in PvP? I don't see that being played often, but maybe Chicago got a build where Lightning LE is a little bit better here. Wings are up for Curious. He's just going for self-healing. Stunned by Chicago as it traps him in Totem, but I think Chicago's the one trapped with him. Stun onto Chicago. Does get to pre-wall the stun. Curious trying to recover as much health as possible. Chicago dropping down the healing totem as well as doing damage and does blast Curious out with a Kyrian Totem. I cannot believe it. Actually blasted. With Andrew trying to see Andrew trying to actually play the game for the first time ever. Is he arcane? No, he's fire. It looks like he had an arcane shield for a second and only arcade. Andrew barely got to play, man. Andrew needs an actual chance to play the game. But Chicago has him in a lasso trap for a moment. Has Skyfear turning behind the pillar. It's going to be a cast of duel here for a bit. Trying to see if he can knock Andrew's bag, but looks like it's not going to happen. Andrew's already behind the pillar. Got the images available. Get the homage to absorb some of the damage, split it. Chicago going for what looked like Chain Lightning on the images just to get himself a lot of Maelstrom. Rune of Power is up. Andrew might go for a big combustion. Looks like he's going to try to make some kind of damage happen. Shackle Malediction on Chicago. Chicago cannot really do much about it except try to heal through it. But they got no health anymore. Walls up from the Earth Elemental. Lightning Lasso onto Andrew's eyes blocks it. Chicago with a breath. I think it's over. Yep, didn't even give him much of a chance. Man. Yo, Kuro, dude, look at the healing this man did. 1.4 mil. That is insane. What? Huh? Insane. I don't understand it. Man. All right, let's get another one up and running. Yo, Chicago, if you guys still got groups, let's get one more. I said let's get one more. Yo, Atho, my guy, Big grats, dude. Huge grats. Arthur did the Frost Mage challenge. He completed the Frost Mage challenge. That's awesome. How many more challenges you got for the mound, though? Hell yeah, my dude. Yeah, yo, you might you might have to give Kren some pointers of what you did to make the challenge easier. Kren's been trying the challenge for a while, so maybe maybe you could help him out. Yo, Andrew, let me know if you have a 5-man team ready to go. We'll queue Chicago because Chicago's a 5-man team ready. Does anyone know the Paladin's Hammer? I think the Paladin's Hammer is one of the reskins of the Holy Paladin artifact weapon. Maybe Bounce of Power or one of those. I believe that's what it is. Never played Mage before? Yo, you maybe can give Kren some pointers. 30 to 35 attempts? That's awesome. Hey, Kren's been trying to do the Frost Mage tower for a while. You got it so close to the 1 or 2%. Like, maybe you can give Kren some ideas of what you did, and Kren might be able to use that. This is gonna be a good one. Hell yeah, dude. Reading the name still sounds polite. It's not easy. Reading his name while still sounding polite. Yeah, with you suck. Yeah. So you should see some of the Russians in there, dude. You should see some of the Russians with their names. That's why I try to give them nicknames, dude. Not saying that a lot of them have like really bad names, but some of them have like names like if I were to read, it's like, oh, okay. Alright. I'm gonna give you a nickname. We'll shorten that one. Any Russians watching, they're like, oh, I see the name. I see what's going on here. But anybody that's a like an English speaker, Americans, or anybody that's I guess outside of Russia, everybody speaks everybody's English speaker. Like some of them will have no idea if I do my job correctly. Yeah, Kuros, hey man, that was awesome. Hopefully we'll get to see Team Andrews actually get a chance to play, like Chili, Andrews, Drox. A lot of those guys never really get a chance to play. Alrighty, boyos. The Twitch. Looks like Chicago is going to be first up over on Team 2 as an Elemental. We got on that team Wild Imp. We got ourselves You Suck with Reverence as well as a Deadly Shadow. It looks like Chicago versus Andrews are going to have a bit of a rematch. The camera's kind of caught you in a weird light, or in a weird angle rather. Kind of do this in order to see a little better. Next time you mount up or dismount or blink, I think it resets itself. But until then, we'll just go watch Chicago. Lightning last one to Andrews. He's going to get interrupted on fire and letting the it's gonna go in the corner, try to see if we can kill that totem so the static totem doesn't keep just gonna booping him over to the side. Quick shimmer by Andrews. Looks like the shimmer does not break the camera. I guess we'll watch Chicago for a bit. Chicago playing up the Kyrian Elemental Shaman, which isn't something we see often, but hopefully they'll be able to make their Kyrian burst with the totem work. Especially if they're playing Mechanicos, then the totem also applies a dot, which does like 8k damage. It's quite massive. What's up, King? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Blast in Chicago out with a couple pyros. Chicago is going to get the Earth Fire Elemental rolling with the Light Lasso. Maybe we could drop down a big meteor on the Andrews. Looks like the Earth Elemental might have a little bit of line of sight. Dropping down the Kyrian Totem onto Andrews. He's taking a bit of damage, but still has a lot of those shields in order to give him a lot of survivability. Chicago standing next to the totem provides himself a little bit extra healing on top of it. And Andrews looking to land a polymorph onto Chicago, but looks like ground and totem is going to separate the two. Meteor crashing down onto Andrews, but he still has a shield. And looks like finally the shield is mostly gone. Quick breath on Chicago, knocking the Mage back, but he shimmers out of it, interrupting the poly, and is able to send a couple of lava bursts, couple of meatballs in his direction. Andrews looking for the complete reset behind the pillar. On Team Andrews, we got ourselves Drox as a feral droid. Please be out of feral form unless you're dueling, fam. Thank you so much. Yeah, can somebody tell Drox to be out of cat form unless he's dueling, please? I think he might be getting the, I guess I wouldn't really know what build he's running, but if he's playing, Leader of the Pack, I think it actually gives crits and the healing for Andrews. So if he could be out of cat form, unless he's dueling, that would be very much appreciated. Faces on the team with Curious in the back, as well as Chili. Aw, come on, boys. Be out of cat form. There's going to be full malediction onto Chicago while we're trying to introduce these boys. Stunned by Chicago as the dip low, so they are playing Mechanical Soulbind. Going to be full combustion of Andrews, but it does get purged really quickly by Chicago, finding a time to get a couple of purges with the wall up. While Andrews is just trying to see how he could deal with that stun. Doesn't really sit that stun long at all. I think it was just really short. It looked like he almost trinketed, but not quite. As he's trying to land a poly, Chicago hitting him with a reset. Actually using some damage and healing just to get a blast onto Andrew with that Kyrian Totem around the corner. It actually did a bit of damn. But Andrews is going to be able to eliminate it very, very quickly. And Chicago just needs to maintain the dots, get the lava burst onto Andrews, and continue to purge the shields. Man, what an unfortunate arena. It's just the pillars are way too big around the arena. Not much you can really do because it's just a lot of running, a lot of kiting. Like a single shimmer and Golsos, like you just kind of run circle. It's just so, like for 1v1s, it's kind of awkwardly placed. For 2v2s and 3v3s, they're fine. But for 1v1s, they're like a little bit too wide. It's a little bit too big. It's like trying to have 1v1 in Call of Duty on the biggest map possible, so you have to run a good 20 minutes before you even see one another. That's kind of how it feels to me. Chicago trying not to get interrupted while trying to get some healing. It's going to be stunned by the Earth Elemental, using the Earth Elemental wall really early. As Andrew just getting cooldowns of Chicago little by little. I think Andrew's just waiting until he can get some CDs of his own. Chicago dropping down the Kirin Totem next to Andrew. And that's going to be dropping it down the Kirin Totem next to the Static Link, trying to go for an interrupt on the poly. Looks like Andrew should be able to almost get the poly, trick it out of Chicago, landing that Shimmer Polymorph. And Andrew trying not to take the damage from the Kirin. I like Chicago trying to incorporate that Kirin Totem, the Vesper Totem. Whenever you drop it down on the enemy, the totem will radiate healing or damage, depending whether you do damage or healing. But if you're running the Legendary for that totem, the last blast of healing and the last blast of damage will proc it an extra blast of damage and healing, which is a lot of damage together. And you start to drop them down in like static totems so nobody can escape the Kirin Totem. As long as Chicago can dodge any kind of polymorphs and maybe lock out Andrew on lock him out on Arcane, then you can also not have to worry about any interrupts from Andrews either. Chicago getting hit with a poly. Andrew's trying to set up some damage. He's just going to go for Fire Blast, Pyro Blast, but not really for a big combustion. Chicago catches him in a lasso while they're stuck inside a ring of frost. Could go and move the ring, or at least get himself frozen with a ring. Trying to blast out damage to Andrew. It looks like Kirin Totem is actually getting him nipped a little. Quick breath on Chicago as they do get a Fire Elemental available. Try and drop a meteor down onto the Mage. This is going to get food. How is Andrews out of combat that quickly? I thought meteor would have put you in combat, but I guess as long as you dodge it, you're okay. Invis for Andrews. He's walking as the Kirin Totem. If Chicago just ends up randomly healing or doing, I don't really know, damage-wise. Does the totem do damage when you like pop up a... Because the totem does a heal when you drop down a healing totem, right? Healing Spring Totem. But the totem, I wonder if you can do damage if you drop down like a Sky Fury. Does that count as a damage totem? I don't know, actually. That's a good question. Gonna be a Ring of Peace on Chicago with yet another poly. As Andrew extended this game a little bit longer, he's gonna get some Fire Blast, Pyro Blast, and trying to get Chicago low, but I think he's just trying to avoid the lasso. I think he's just trying to get himself a big combustion. Kirin Totem actually blasting into Andrew's health. He is gonna eliminate it, locking out Chicago on nature, trying to get a couple fireballs back to back. Chicago's hellbow looked like it was kind of desynced a little. Is it me? It's like a little off to the side. Wait, actually, for both of them, it's a little off to the side. Is that normal? It looks like the health bar is like a little scooched to the side. Wait, Chicago's lagging? On Forge? On Forge. Looks like Andrew isn't. And the stream is not lagging. Oh. Andrew's at least giving Chicago a little bit of opportunity to get a... at least giving him a bit of opportunity to come back. At least he's been really honorable about it, giving him a moment. If Chicago is gone though, not much you can really do. So Andrew's thing is give him like a minute or something. But if Chicago is gone, I guess you can start like fireballing in case Chicago comes back. Because if they're gone, you know, not much you can do. Wait. Oh, looks like they're back. Looks like we're good. Okay. Looks like we're back. Chicago getting hit with a breath. Polymer for the Andrews. Drinking out of Chicago with a lightning lasso. Andrews, I think at some point needs to have a go. He is extending the game into a high dampening. Maybe that's what he's looking for. It looks like Chicago is having a bit of a lag on his end. I don't know what much Andrews can really do about it. Trying to go for a big combustion Pyro Blast in Chicago. Actually lagging, not much they can do. Andrews did give him opportunity to come back, but looks like Chicago got some kind of a crippling lag that just would not let him recover. But we got to keep the duels going. We're getting into that higher dampening as the game goes on. Wild Imp is going to be up next. Andrews should be able to get himself a little bit of reset. It looks like Wild Imp is given an opportunity to at least get an honor duel. You guys do realize giving each other honor duel, while honorable and appreciated by the viewers, you are letting dampening go really up there. So you're making it harder for your flesh cast, for your dark bags to really get any value. Wild Imp dropping down Diablos next to Andrews, going for a bit of a flesh cut. Is going to get interrupted at the last second, but Wild Imp has himself dark bag together with a flesh cut. Pretty big shoulder together, interrupting Andrews and stunning him down. Going to be a couple of demon bolts with a mortar coil just to keep the pressure rolling. Going to be a trinket out of Andrews to get out of it, trying to create some line of sight. As Wild Imp looking for a good old reset himself. Going to be a quick breath as Andrews goes for a Ring of Freeze. So it's got a Ring of Frost, Ring of Peace. Going to be a Ring of Frost with a stun for a second. Trying to get himself a Tyrant rolling, but Wild Imp does get interrupted. Going to be a shoot power for Andrews, so he might be able to get himself another interrupt of Wild Imp in the future. Trying to see if he can get a Blink Breath. That's going to be a Tyrant getting stunned up. And Andrews locked up for a second. Tyrant trying to make some damage happen. Looks like he's going to have to go for the chase. It's going to be the ult time, so Andrews is going to be able to recuperate a lot of health back. So you can take a bit of damage from the Tyrant, but he's going to get a lot of it back as he goes reset. Wild Imp has himself in a good position where he might be able to blast him out. That's about all he can really do. Andrews getting chopped up, got himself the shields rolling. Wild Imp looking for a bit of angle. He's going to go for the Dark Iron Racial, which is actually going to, I guess he doesn't have a Trinket anymore, but normally we'll lock him out on Trinket, because he does get to use Dark Iron Racial to remove the roots. He's going to try to see if he can hit Andrews with the Decimate Bolt. Does Decimate Bolt not apply your debuff? Does Decimate Bolt not come with buffs? I don't think it does. Wild Imp going for a gateway that he sets it up as double gateway is the same location. And Andrews trying to see if he can get a breath onto Wild Imp with the Shackle Malediction. Unless he has a stun, he's going to have to take a little bit of the damage from the Shackle. If you can just AFK the Shackles or AFK Andrews for a bit, he's going to be able to wait out until the Necrotics are over, and then he might be okay. Stun around the corner, Wild Imp sending out more Demon Doggers, trying to build up some resources. And that's going to be all the time for Andrews, who can interrupt onto Wild Imp as he's trying to go for Hand to go down. Wild Imp got himself in a situation where he might be able to go for a port behind the pillar potentially. Gonna be the ult stuff for Andrews, get hit with the fear. Doesn't have a bolt to follow. It is gonna be some big demon bolts. Got himself the full set of shields and needs to find a way to break through the shields before Wild Imp gets the damage into Andrews' health bar. Tyrant getting to join the fight. Wild Imp has one more Decimate Ball ready to go, trying to draw Andrews out. Hits him with a stun. Tyrant should be able to blast him out with damage. And Tyrant actually doing a lot of damage. Andrews could be in trouble. Tyrant getting a big back-to-back blast, put himself out in the open. Wild Imp trying to go for a port, didn't really go super far. And Andrews looking for a reset. Andrews is going to get hit with a stun. And that's another Felguard joining the fight. All of them are still in power drain life. Andrews could have the Cauterize proc. It does not have the Ice Bucket anymore. Ring of Frost for all those pets. Trying to see if he can save himself some time. Maybe get a shield. And should be able to maybe get a triple shield available. Try to see if he can go down for some food. Meaning Wild Imp maybe with a breath. No breath just yet. I think it's still on cooldown. Just trying to fireball to interrupt him on fire. Gonna be full combustion stun. Andrews triggers out of it. Trying to blast out Wild Imp if he can. It's gonna have Cauterize proc very soon. Mortal Coil as Wild Imp sends out Demon Doggers and Andrews. Andrews needs a triple shield right now. He wants to be able to survive this. Nova on some of the pets, but looks like he's gonna be able to recover. Trying to go sit down for some food. And it's gonna be a Felguard joining the fight. Is Chicago back? Wait, did Chicago get a res? Chicago, I think, might have gotten res from the DC. No much you can really do. Chicago, I don't know if you want to go again at the end. It looks like somebody on Team 2 left. I think it was the Rogue. So, you know, if Chicago was to take a Rogue spot as the last spot, I'm okay with that. Gonna be Andrews blasted to the Felguard. Looks like a new one. Gonna be someone for Wild Imp stunning Andrews around the corner. Cauterize just will not give it up. Andrews super low. There goes the Cauterize. All the time is up. Trying to see if he might be able to recover in health. Double Shimmer just to go as far as he can. It looks like, is he gonna alter time? Looks like he chooses not to alter time. He got a little bit of, no, he is. Should have maybe canceled it. Decimated Bolt up with Demon Bolt. Andrews had no health whatsoever. Triple shield is up. Barely keeping him alive with 39% dampen. Quick breath onto Wild Imp who trinkets out of a Demon Bolt. There it goes. Just need to save up those decimated bolts for the next competitor. It looks like it might be the Rogue Faceless. So Wild Imp, if you can somehow get the Rogue out in the open, blast him with double Demon Bolts, which should be super empowered. Cheap shot onto Wild Imp, does get the stun onto the Rogue. Maybe Mortal Coil to follow. Could maybe go for a gateway. Gonna be some burst out of the Rogue. Does Wild Imp has anything to survive the flash count? Gets him dropped in the last second. Try to see if he can throw a Decimate Bolt in there. Can't do much about it. Man, when you just out of cooldowns, you out of CDs, yeah, Dark packed up so soon. And I guess he didn't have the gateway anymore. Because maybe if he got a gateway, he might have been okay. Damn, game didn't register me as dead. That was weird, but I'm okay with Chicago going again because the Rogue on Team 2 did leave. So Chicago, if you want to take the Rogue spot, I'm okay with that. Chicago gets 2 chances to play. But then again, the Rogue wasn't supposed to be playing there. Reverend's getting blasted out. His faces just continue to sink in mad eviscerates back-to-back into Reverend's. Cheap shot going to be a wall as Reverend's trying to play defensive. Going for the soul shape just to break away from the Rogue. But the Rogue is just going to take all the demons behind the pillar. Give him a couple of stabs, couple of shanks, build up some calm points. Is looking for a full reset himself. Smoke Bomb getting hit with a stun. Reverence is going to be able to walk into the bomb, send a couple decimated bolts into, or demon bolts rather, into faces. Kidney shot is up again. Does he have any ways out? Vanished by the Rogue for that 100% crit. And is going to be able to eviscerate The Warlock out of the game. Quick blind as Deadly Shadow charges in with a knockdown, but looks like Faces is immune to that knockdown with that blind. Or maybe dodge it? I'm not even sure. But he's going to be able to break out of there. Maybe vanish it? I'm not even sure actually. But Deadly Shadow is not going to be able to do much. Well, all you can really do. Faces, you're the best dude. Faces played out really well. Both Warlocks down. That's a tough one. What's up, Winter Sun Lover? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Chat, are you guys okay with Chicago played again in place of the Rogue, or since Chicago died? Should the duel end when Deathly Shadow dies? Chat, let me know. I'll let the chat decide that one. Let Chicago play, or they died, so they're dead. I think not for Demons to play at all. I think it normally is not bad. I think it's just Necrolord have gotten way better as of recently. Deadly Shadow with Enraged Regeneration is going to be just dropped by Faces. Wasn't good an opportunity. Chat, should Chicago play, or since they died, they're dead? It is connected so you can continue. Obviously being able to sit on starting stun. They just have a Necro Shield, fair enough. Wait, is Chicago going to play versus Chile? Oh, I think he just wants the team to kill him. No, Chicago, wait, whoa. Chicago, the chat let you play. The chat decided to let you play. Unfortunate. Chicago wanted to respect the rules. Chicago died, so they're dead. Chicago wanted to respect the rules really badly. The chat decided to let you play. It's okay. It's fine. Chicago just wanted to appease and hold up the rules, because these duels are nothing if you don't follow the rules, dude. Well, the whole point of Fight Club is the rules of the Fight Club. There's no Fight Club without the rules of the Fight Club. That's okay. Chicago should have given it a second. The chat was perfectly okay with letting you play, man. But it's alright, no biggie. Boys, I think we're gonna call it here. It is 8 p.m. I gotta get some eats. I gotta get some video worked on tonight. I gotta do stuff. I'll snap a few words. Chills, what's up, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Boys, thanks so much for joining. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for hanging out with the gang. We're gonna be doing more duels next week, Friday, for EU. And I'm thinking we might do some PTR duels for NA next week, unless... Hey, Andrews, are you going to be there next week, Saturday at 5 p.m? Because if you have your homies with you, we can just get a bunch of NA duels. I know Chicago will try to be there, and Mikey as well. It's all good, Chicago. I was a global away from Storekeeper and Chain Lightning. It's all good. I wanted to... Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. It's okay. That warrior got melted? Yeah. That rogue, dude, just absolutely eviscerated him. That rogue Faces, he's good. He knows what he's doing. He absolutely blasts people out of there. Alrighty, boys. Thank you so much for joining. It was super fun hanging out with you. Gonna call it here. Need food. Next week we start at 5 p.m. EST. You think you and your boys are going to be there? We're joining here. Thanks for joining, Andrews. I keep calling you Alex, but it's Andrews. Appreciate you so much for coming, man. Thanks for bringing the boys as well. See you next time. Boys, thank you so much for joining. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. I gotta get some to eat. I'm probably gonna go dress up a Christmas tree Sunday. So I was thinking today, but it's actually Sunday. Tomorrow's Sunday. Tomorrow's my day off. Small chance of me streaming tomorrow. Maybe do Mage Tower stuff. I think that'd be fun. I think I would be have fun hanging out with all of you. But 50-50 whether I stream tomorrow. How does that? Most likely it's going to be 50-50 whether it's a day off for me like normal, or we'll hop on and do some Mage Tower stuff and stream either way. Because I like hanging out with you guys. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to go get food. I am hungry. I'm starving. You know what I mean? I got to get water. I'm going to chill on the couch, watch some dumb YouTube videos. Gonna make my dumb YouTube videos. But yeah. Looking forward to this video. Yo, boys, thanks so much. I appreciate all of you. Yeah, I need to figure out which one I'm the wonderful duels. I need to figure out. Yo, David Davis. Oh my god, let me make sure your name is nice and displayed in the chat. There we are. Thanks so much, guy. Appreciate the support. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thanks so much for joining. Thanks so much to everybody who's subbed today. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Tomorrow, again, 50-50. I will announce it on Discord and on the YouTube section if we're streaming tomorrow. If I don't make an announcement, I'll probably just do one separate announcement over on Discord being like, yo, I said 50-50 Sunday stream. I'm going to take the day off like normal. See you guys then. I'll let you guys all know. Thank you all. You guys are wonderful, beautiful, super fun hanging out with all of you. So Cal, thank you for the duels. Hope my Sunday isn't too boring. We'll see. Cal, take a pretty stream it tomorrow. I might stream it, so maybe you'll have someone to watch. Yeah. Thank you. You guys are wonderful, super fun hanging out with all of you. I'll see you boys on the next stream already. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. See you 50-50 tomorrow. Definitely see you on Monday, boys, for more of that reset stuff or Mage Tower, and then hopefully we get a big update on PTR. We should be getting a big one next week. Yeah. Peace, boys.